What it do? What it do? Welcome to Outlaw Radio on a Monday evening. Nice, warm, well, warm by our standards, based on this time of the year. Nice, warm day. Always good to see the sun, right? So welcome to Outlaw Radio, man, live, and it's just what we do to catch up because we haven't been on since last Wednesday. And if you like to hear black socio-political talk, black intellectualism, black spirituality, you know, black bourgeoisie, then this is the show for you because it's all about black people. It's all about foundational black Americans, right? Not trying to tell anybody what to do or who to be, but I want everybody to look into the delineation movement because it's real. Welcome to the show, man. Man, like I said, I haven't been on since last week, so as per usual, there's a lot to talk about. Mr. Carter, let's test your audio, man. How you doing tonight?
Hey, I'm peaceful today. I'm peaceful. How y'all doing out there? Welcome to Outlaw Radio, where we talk that talk and we definitely walk that walk. Raising vibrations and elevating thought. Y'all better come on in. I'm trying to tell you I am the black woman lover, the black man's brother, the culture, teacher, hood healer, the ghetto witch doctor. Hey, mama! There go that CMOS, man! I'm trying to tell you I am the one who brings you House of Vitality. You see it right here, Vitality. That's the drink. If you ain't had it, you better get it.
I think the days and times that we live in right now definitely dictate that you at least attempt to buy black and support black businesses. I think that's the day and time we live in. I'm all about solidarity, and so I feel like we need to be identifying channels amongst us in which we can procure goods and services, because we don't know what's about to happen with this economy. Man, tariffs, counter tariffs. We are going through the tariff wars right now. So and we'll talk about that tonight. We'll talk about that tonight. It gets heavy. There's a phone number attached with the show. 262-202-5131. Once again, it's 262-202-5131. We also have a chat room in which you can partake in, man. And I don't know how the algorithm works, or I'm not like into social media like that. So sometimes people can see the show far and wide. Sometimes they can't. I don't know what that's about. That's why I always ask people to just share the show. We're normally on Mondays and Wednesdays from 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time until we just say, all right, man, that's enough. So come on, man, check us out. Shout out to Kamar, because Kamar, you good at digging in them crates, finding those old shows, especially when there's like interviews. I see you put up Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. and you put up KD, and like they don't pop up in my memories like that. So whenever I see you put one up, I'm like, oh man, that's crazy. I forgot about that show.
Yeah. Hey, that's what's happening, man. There'll be some dope shows too. I'll repost them. I'll be like, oh, I was one of the ones right there. And you know what I mean? I throw it back out there.
Yeah, I forget about them because it's so many, man. It's over. I know on YouTube it's probably 387 shows. I don't know how many there are on Facebook. I would say at this point I'm easily approaching 700-800 shows over 11 years. So I can't remember them. So shout out to you. That's why I said that, because I forget, and then it's like, boom, oh shit, we did. You know what I'm saying? Like one day I stumbled across us talking to MC Shan. It was crazy as shit. I was like, we was talking to MC Shan. Like, how many cats in Milwaukee can say that? I interviewed MC Shan. Whatever. You got to be about hip hop to know that. Ewok says, yo, Joe, that's your name in Chicago, right? Joe. That's what they say, right? That's what they say. Joe. Stud. That kind of stuff. Midwest. Listen, like I said, man, this is a very important time, simply because our generation, we are sitting on some buttons. Like, we can make decisions right now. Remember we were children, and we would always say, my parents make me sick. I can't wait till I get grown, right? I can't wait till I get my own house, my own car. Well, for most of us, a lot of us, we have our own spot. We have our own car. You have your own shit now. So what you gonna do? What are we gonna do? I know that black people are in a, I call it a holding pattern. Seriously, I call it a holding pattern because everybody, like, it's crazy right now, and people are already like going to extremes in terms of protesting and how they feel and how they express themselves about what's about to happen in our country. But the truth is, this is just month 3. We don't know what the fuck is gonna happen. So the only thing we can really do is just circle the wagons, man. I think right now, foundational Black Americans need to circle the wagon, but it's so very hard to do. And there's a lot of reasons why. Y'all hit us up 262-202-5131. Kamar, this weather has been, I don't know, I guess they say unseasonably warm, right? Like the sun was 69 degrees today. The sun was out over the weekend, but you know what the sun being out in Milwaukee brings, right? It brings violence. And it's so much happening around the city. I mean, we got, once again, we're going to talk about this cop shooting. Milwaukee police shot at this is the second. And this is what, in 2-3 weeks? Because they shot the brother with the AK or with the joint downtown. And then they just shot, I'm assuming, a brother yesterday. And both of them had guns, right? They said that this individual had been in an establishment, shot when they call the police. They said he had shot at them, allegedly. They got there. It was 2 of them. Put your guns down. I don't know if he zigged when he should have zagged. And people are saying, let's get the footage, right? But so once again, we're in a holding pattern. You don't really know, right? So even with this whole Trump thing, we sitting here like, whoa, shit. But I want to say this. There were some questions as to whether or not the boycott, the blackout last Friday, was it last, like 2 weeks ago now? It wasn't last Friday, it was the Friday before. They wanted to know whether or not it had an impact, and there was, like, people were saying, especially in the People's News Network, that it was false news that Target lost money and what have you. But the reality is, I don't know how their gross profits, or even their net for that matter, I don't know how their profits were affected, but I know they reported less traffic in each store. They reported less traffic on their internet. So they did lose some money. Didn't specify how, but I see people putting numbers up. I've seen that in the People's News Network. People say $4.5 billion. I don't know, but I know if you compare them to the other, Amazon had a 1% increase. So if you stay home from Target, but you order from Amazon, I mean, what's the difference? I don't know. And Costco had an increase too.
Right. A point what I feel like don't get enough light. A part what I feel like don't get enough light is all the businesses that did a lot better because of that. That's why I say if we could do that for a longer period of time or more days out the week, you know what I'm saying, it would really be beneficial.
Is it a question of if we could or if we would? I don't know that if it's, I know we can, but will we? I don't. Right. Once again, if you don't go to Walmart or you don't go to Target, but you jump on Amazon, I'm very guilty of Amazon shopping. Like, for me, it's been great because you gotta walk around no store. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't got to get in your car, just boom, 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 right there online. So I probably, because I don't remember going anywhere or shopping that. No, I didn't spend anything. I don't even think I spent Amazon money. But a little bit at a time, we'll see. But I hear you in saying, yeah, it was a slight decrease on their part, but small businesses had a boost, right? Which is dope. Shout out to any entrepreneur who said, "Ooh, shit." Yeah. So yeah, man, I don't want people to ever think that we can't. Like, I hear people saying, "Oh, we can't do this, we can't do that," and I keep countering those statements with, "Hey, man, it's all about the economics. They're not gonna listen to you until the money get funny. When the change gets strange, that's when they're gonna say, "Oh, wait a minute, what are they talking about over there?" So, we got to pay attention to that. Ewok says in the chat room, man, somebody gonna puck ping. What the fuck? Somebody gonna buck ping dude, bro. No full term. I wouldn't even speak on that. I wouldn't even put that in the air in on any public forum. You know what I'm saying? Kamar? I wouldn't say nothing in regards to him getting killed or assassinated. None of that. I don't know. You don't know what levels this paranoia will get to. You know. So, but yeah, for us, it's just more important to remember what part we actually play in this economy, right? And right now, what we primarily play is the customer, because we don't own. You feel me?
Right.
We don't own. Erica Hunt, how you doing, my sister? She said, what about Outlaws? How you doing, Erica? How you doing? Y'all call into this show, man. 262-202-5131. I want to hear what your opinion, because like I said, the delineation movement and achieving solidarity is all about us being able to communicate with each other. And if somebody has something poignant or thorough to say, I would respectfully like to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Ewok says, that's why I said buck ping. That can mean anything. Yeah, nudge wink wink, right? Yeah, I hear you. But even so Kamar, even this is I was gonna wait later on to talk about this, because this is very important, but I have to start with it. The results of the profits that the city made via the tax increase was reportedly $200 million. And they said that they had only predicted $180 million. Okay, you hear what I said, right? $200 million, right? That is taxpayer generated revenue, right? That's tax from the people.
Yeah. Off money that they was taxed on already.
It was an increase. But here's the gangster. Here's the gangster part.
I'm just talking.
With all of this money, right? And this is whoever the leaders of Milwaukee, they were very short-sighted. And apparently they didn't even, the fact that they underestimated this, it lets me know they are so short-sighted, because 90% of this money, Kamar, 90% of this money is going to pay pension costs. 90% of 200 million tax generated money is going towards pensions, meaning us paying elected officials and officials who are in the county or the city 20 years after they've stopped working for us or working for the city. They're getting $1 million buyouts. And 90% of the two, instead of you saying, let's get some lawyers, let's change this pension. The pension system in Wisconsin, county and city, for so long has plagued everybody. But you know why they won't fucking stop it or do anything about it? It's because it benefits white people. I said it. Because 9 times out of 10, who are these officials that work for the city, that work for the county? Now, there's some black people. We just seen Willie, Brother Willie from the Housing Authority, get to ride out on some Jay-Z and Beyonce type shit with some fat paper. We right now, the city of Milwaukee, well, that's a different bird. So I'll talk about that later. I want to talk about this superintendent who's getting $300,000 a year. We talk about that. We'll talk about that later, because this about this tax. So I'm saying, once again, as taxpayers, we've been duped. Shame on our mayor. I hear you saying we were on this fiscal cliff and we were going to face this tremendous shortage of services. We don't get this together. But you're going to the state about revenue sharing, and we are the largest tax revenue generating entity in Wisconsin, and you're going in there on your knees. You gave up DEI before Trump even said it. Did you, what we always say, Kamar, did you at least pinch the bitch? You just took it. And then we find 90% going to the pension. 90% going to the pension. And then the other, I guess, 7% of it, maybe, or maybe even more, is going to public safety, meaning police and firefighters. Is this the people? What about the people of the city who are paying the taxes? 90%? That is like, Kamar, that's the equivalent of signing a shitty ass record deal. That's the equivalent of. Like, you got all them platinum hits. You got all them hits. How is you broke? Because my deal said I gave up 90% of my publishing. That's what that's like. That's what that's like. This needs to be known. This needs to be spoke about.
Right.
And everybody's going to say, oh, we made so much money, but you gave it right back to yourself. 90% for the 90% for people who more often than not make $100,000 a year or better. And they keep their positions for a long time. And this was set up a long time ago. I understand that the origin of this is old, but no politician that we've ever had have they? What's the legalities on this? Let's take this to the Supreme Court. Does this need to be a class action lawsuit that the citizens of Milwaukee put together against the city? This is ridiculous. I'm going to say this again. 90% of $200 million is going to the pension fund for the city. And when DC Crowley had the deficit, which I still don't know, I didn't really get all the info on how that was patched up. It was $19 million. Ain't nobody said nothing to me about it. I ain't heard nothing about that. I know that they said, let's increase the property tax levy again, which means in Milwaukee, you pay more money in taxes. It's all tax increase. What are we getting for our money? It's like you buy a car and you like, dude, you paid this much for this plain ass car? You got manual windows. You got to roll your window down. What you pay all this money for? So I'm just saying the people of Milwaukee are being screwed over. You are being screwed over. And here's the kicker to the whole shit. The areas that are going up the most in terms of property tax, you're talking about people who live in Milwaukee on the north side, foundational black homeowners who've been owning their homes. And now you're saying, hey, we're going to keep raising your property taxes until when? Until I can't afford it no more. That is the introduction of gentrification. Therefore, I would have to label our mayor as a pro-gentrifier. Let's make that up too. Y'all can bite it if y'all want to. I know how I get. Dre Day, I see you, man. I see you. Welcome to the show, man. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Erica Hunt said I was too emotional to call in today. I would anger black women. Hey, man, that's what tends to happen, right? Ace, what it do, man? He said, what's cracking? What's cracking? Dion coming back from the dirty South. He said he coming through Chicago. That's what's up. Like I said, man, sometimes I read stuff in Milwaukee, in the news, and I ponder, come on. I wonder why people don't make noise about this. Parking tickets. How do you live in Wisconsin, pay income tax, federal tax, sales tax, and then pay to park on the street? We pay the DPW who works on the street. Now they tell us, well, if those lead pipes come anywhere but after the main street off to your house, you had to pay for them pipes yourself. What am I paying for here? You can give me parking tickets to park on the streets that I pay to get built. That is some double jeopardy ass shit. I don't see anybody up there. Whenever we get someone running for public office, we don't say, hey man, what can we do about this luxury tax and the wheel tax? We getting taxed out our hoo-ha. If you got a hoo-ha, no diddy. But yeah, taxpayers we getting the shaft here. Nobody's holding anybody downtown. They've given themselves the Common Council. They got a raise. Even when MPS was doing his dirtiest, they initiated raises, $100,000. Now, if you're saying, well, Kevin, the city doesn't run MPS, I understand that, but the property tax levy powers MPS, which is just that's tax money. I don't know how many times the common denominator here is taxpayer, and you're underserved. You put more money into a police department that tells you they can't protect you. You put more money into a school system that's failing your children. You put more money towards public housing that's all fucked up. You're putting property taxes, you're paying an increase in taxes for a pension fund. None of us will ever see that money. It's minimal positions down there working for the city and the county you don't even know of. That's going to say, hey, I've been here 25 years. I'm going to cash out. He's going to get a $500,000-$600,000 payout. He ain't did shit but push paper clips for 15 years. So I'm a little pissed off about that, Kamara. As they say, I feel some kind of way about that. And we just don't make enough noise about this shit. Just taking it. Take it. Just, oh, man. Hit us up, man. Let me know how y'all feel. Let me know how y'all feel, man. 262-202-5131. It's Outlaw Radio on a Monday night. Myself and my brother, the Ghetto Witch Doctor, in the building. Jump on the chat room or call in, man. Erica says people have normalized this behavior just like they normalize working 2-3 jobs at a time. Yeah, you wonder why you got working poor. You know, that's the thing in Milwaukee, right? Like working poor. There's people who work 2 jobs and still live under the poverty line. What the fuck? Right. You can't call them lazy because they work. Go ahead, Kamar.
Right. A lot of the time, black people, a lot of the time, black people, we tend to make more money, so our cost of living go up. You know, what I'm saying?
Get less aid. Yeah.
And like, just think, if you can make more money and still live like you was living when you barely had it, you know what I'm saying? You could really put some money up. And that right there is how we should be living today. We see how all this shit going. We know the cost of living finna skyrocket. You know what I mean? We got to stop buying this extra shit that we really don't need. Start putting more money up because we gonna need it.
That's part of it, of course. Once again, that's why I said we are consumers. We're not really owners. We are customers for sure. We're spending customers, but even above and beyond that, you're working so hard and making less money because you're getting taxed. You know, if you work over, it almost don't even benefit you to work overtime. If you got a job that pays you overtime, they're going to tax you higher for working overtime. It's like, once again, why? I just wasted my time. Why did I even do this shit? I worked all these extra hours. Look how much tax money they took from me. So the city got to stop eating its own babies. I've always felt like the city of Milwaukee hates people who live in Milwaukee. You're very friendly to the surrounding suburbs because we know that those were the Milwaukeeans who fled the scene in the first place via after open housing. But I'm saying I've always felt like the city has always been trying to draw blood from Iraq. And even without, I could see if our leadership was saying, okay, everything is costing a lot of money. The price of living is going up. We're increasing the tax money. Let's go out and bring some jobs to the city. There's more and more vacant shit in this city every time I drive around. You start seeing Walgreens and shit closed, and it's just as if Midtown wasn't enough, right? What was once a thriving mall, regardless of what you said about it, is what now? Foot Locker and Pick and Save? I mean, I went to Wingstop in Midtown. It was Mexicans running it. I don't know if they own it or what, but there was Mexicans. I said, no, they didn't slip in. They didn't slip in here.
I went to PF Chang's. I went to PF Chang's in Mayfair, and there wasn't no Chinese people in there.
Yeah, I bet it was. It's like it don't never be no Mexican people working in Taco Bell. There's never a Mexican person working in Taco Bell. Like, come on, man. But I'm just saying, man, you know,
Bullshit.
we are, if anything, in this city, we should really be paying attention to boycotts, because where we sit in terms of wealth in this city, even home ownership and, you know, median income, we way down the ladder. So we should be some people who are really mobilized by the thought of anything that addresses economic improprieties. So, but we just don't. I don't see us making noise like that. Like, I don't know if anybody asked the mayor that when he was running. Like, what's up with the parking tickets, man? What's up with the taxpayers getting the shaft? Because we knew this whole thing was coming, and he became the champion of the tax increase. So he's their hero because he made sure that their pensions are straight for a long time. 90% of $200 million goes to a pension, to the pension fund. That shit is hardcore. Who we got on the line? Who's this? Who's this on the line?
You got Miss Erica Hunt on the line. How y'all doing today?
We are good. We are good, aside for the fact that we're pissed off about how the citizens of Milwaukee get the shaft from the city. There's no taxation without representation is supposed to be the name of this shit. Who's representing us downtown? Go ahead, Erica. What's going on? Ain't nobody down there doing shit for us.
I'm talking about the people got to represent us right now. Well, we can't do shit without the people.
The people downtown. These are the people. Those are the individuals that the people so-called voted in. So they need to do their job. We voted them in,
and we are the ones that should be holding them accountable to do their job.
That's right. And that's why I said not enough noise is made about a whole bunch of different things. We tend to just take anything can't you just hear us moaning in the back? What's going on with you, Erica? What's going on with you tonight?
Well, I got a couple things that's going on work-related wise. We are mobilizing.
Because you was talking about some drama. You said about like, yo, if I call in, I'm gonna piss off black women. So that's what I want you to lead with. I mean, work is work. What are we talking about?
Let me clarify my statement. I said I'm too emotional right now to call in because all you're gonna hear is angry black woman.
Okay,
that's what I meant to say.
Okay.
My nephew was murdered yesterday.
Okay.
And his body is going viral on Facebook.
His body is?
The post is shared multiple times.
With the yellow bag over the body in the alley?
Yes, sir.
So hold on. Okay, so check this out. This Deneen Park thing. This is like this is nasty work from the weekend. And I was ranting on the tax thing so bad because I meant to talk about the violence. You know, as soon as the sun starts to show, Milwaukee got to show their ass. But now, so you said this is your nephew who's involved. Was he a victim of the Deneen thing? Because they found this body somewhere else, 38th and Locust or something like that?
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know what really happened. We know that his body was found on 38th and Chambers, in between Chambers and Locust.
Okay.
We don't know much.
So they said that this is one other individual is dead and somebody's injured. This is at Deneen Park. This is a park where on a basketball court where this
I'm getting my updates just like y'all is from Facebook.
Okay.
You know how the Milwaukee police do.
Now how old was your nephew? How old was your nephew?
27.
27. Okay. So he and what's the other individual? I thought it was a 31-year-old.
16, 19-year-old, I believe.
Okay. My. Well, condolences to your family and the family.
But if I talk about anything, it'll be the senseless crimes in Milwaukee and how all this shit really get tied back into lack of resources that we fucking have for our young black men who come out of jail and are trying to at least make a way for them and their families. My nephew was a dad, Let's talk about how systematically the only real benefiting job out here for a lot of black men, especially with records, is to be a drug dealer, okay? Because they have families to provide for. There's so much that we could talk about.
Eric, I got to stop you there, though.
So much to talk about.
I got to stop you there.
Well,
because, once again, condolences to your nephew. and I'm sure that he was a great guy. But what I'm saying is, a great brother. A lot of these jobs, there's more jobs out here than just drug dealing. And
No.
the reason I say that is because here's Kamar sitting here, who's done time, come out of jail, redone it. Dion has done time. He's driving the truck. He's driving for the city now. The boy was in the lunchroom serving lunch.
How many? So let me ask you this question.
Well, let me finish.
How many black men go to jail in 1 year?
Just let me finish.
How many black men go to jail in 1 year?
Let me finish.
This is what I'm gonna ask you and your audience.
Let me
How
finish.
many black men go to jail in
Erica,
1 year?
You gotta
and
let
then
me answer
how
the
many
question.
of those are released in a year? But then once they release, how many of them have success stories like Kamar does? Not many.
I know you're emotional, but you got to let me answer your question. The reality is black men are choosing not to do right. And I'm not saying your nephew is part of this. What I'm saying is there are opportunities out here when they come home, right? I just got a brother I just got one of my partners. He just got his felonies expunged. He's in the process of getting a pardon for his felonies, working his ass off for the last 25 years. Mm-hmm. I'm saying we have a problem with young brothers making the wrong decisions. We can't say there's no jobs out here. There are jobs out here in which you can make money. Go ahead, Kamar.
So you
go. Let's bring Kamar in. Let's hear what he got to say.
I can't hear Kamar.
I know.
I was just gonna say, you know what I mean? Like we talking about different success. We was talking about different success stories, and I just wanted to speak on that a little bit because it's different with every brother, right? Like we learn our lessons at different times in our life, pretty much.
True.
You know what I mean? And when we say lock their ass up, it's one of two things. They need to get out the community, away from the community, so they could think about it. Maybe this is their time. But either way it go, they fucked up. So they need to take a step away for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Now, hopefully this time around, they going to get their shit together. You know what I mean? The right person get in their ear and they start making them changes. You know what I'm saying? With the right influence. But you know what I mean? We never know when it's that person's time to start making them changes. Unfortunately, some brothers never do make those changes. You know what I mean? And they just terrorists, lifetime career terrorists out here, you know what I mean, in these streets and shit. But the success story don't go with everybody. But I do stand by lock their ass up if they doing the community harm. You know what I mean? Because like I say, one or two things. Either they need to get away from the community for a while, or they need to get away and learn something. Hopefully they pick up one of them programs that's in the joint, because it is different programs in the joint, but you know what I mean? You got to be all in with them. You know what I mean? For it to really start digging in. Here goes my question
for you, right? Because, like, I'm from the hood. So, yes, I call myself a generational curse breaker, okay? So, I know young black men like yourself who started out young and they didn't give a fuck about the community. I know some men who have taken time out to change their life around. But even Kevin testified to the fact that his partner took 25 years to get his life back around.
No. He's been working steadily, consistently for 25 years. He got his life together 25 years ago. He's just been working ever since. He's been on the straight and narrow since. It didn't take him 25 years.
Thank you for clarifying that. But for some people, it do take 25 years.
Study long,
for some
study
people,
wrong.
it takes the third or the first or the fourth time, the fifth time. It takes multiple times.
Here's part of it. But y'all believe in manifestation, right? Do both of y'all believe in manifestation?
Yeah, I'm a manifester.
Kamar, you believe in manifestation?
Definitely.
So if I manifested, ain't no jobs out here, ain't no opportunities out here for me, that's going to be your reality. And once you start saying that gives young cats who coming up under you, they kind of fall into that too. OG said, that's what they done told me. You're an influence. So when you mess up, you got to be able to say, nah, I just chose wrong. It ain't about, there's nothing out here for me. I couldn't make no money to take care of my family. I had to sell drugs. I think that's just.
Kevin, have you ever been to jail and had to come back out and do a job application for employment once you got out?
I done sold drugs before.
Have you ever spent time in jail and then had to apply for a job once you got out?
I have not.
Okay.
You know
So that's
why?
a whole
You know
other
why?
category.
Because I
I
stopped
would
selling
never be
drugs.
able to. What?
Because I stopped selling drugs. That's why I didn't go to
Me
jail.
too.
So that's why I didn't go to
either
jail.
because
So
I
I mean, it's not like I'm not familiar with the lifestyle and the lure of it and how the streets. I'm from the hood. I'm not from the suburbs. I'm from Capitol Drive in Atkinson. I don't.
Yes,
what are we talking about? So what I'm saying
do
is,
you understand? Have you? Kamar could probably contest to this. The first time that you got out of jail, Kamar, and you had to fill out that application, how did that make you feel?
Oh, that's a good question.
Well, I mean,
how did that make you feel, Kamar?
I didn't feel no different, really. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel no different, really. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like I'm different, though, right? Because see, even while I was locked up, I took this drug course. You know what I'm saying? And they wanted me to admit that I was a alcoholic and shit, and I wouldn't do it. So you know what I mean? I just had this stuck in my head, like I'm better than that. I ain't. You know what I mean? So I didn't feel no different when I felt the application out after I got out versus before I went in. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel no different. But I think actually when I got out, I didn't have to fill out no application because I started a cleaning service. You know what I'm saying? So I was focused in on that, doing pretty good with that. You know what I mean? I got that. I was up to where I was billing $5,000 a month. I mean, I ain't had no time at home, no free time while I was doing it. But you know what I mean?
You got out of jail,
a lot of brothers when they
$5,000 a month.
get locked up, a lot of it. I got
Go
it
ahead,
up to that in about 7 months. Yes, ma'am.
7
I said
months.
I got it up to that in about 7 months. Yes, I did. I got it up to about $5,000.
How is that the expectation that you're going to come home from prison
Wait,
and you'll be
froze
back
up
on
there.
your feet in a week? Well, how's that the expectation?
It's not. It's not the expectation. I'm asking, how was that first week for Kamar when he first got home from jail? And how much time did you do in jail, Kamar?
2 years. When I was this time when I went to prison, like I say, you know what I mean? This all through my life, it was different times. You know what I mean? All for different. I never went to jail twice for the same thing.
I just it sounds like an excuse to me. This all sounds like
it's not an excuse.
It sounds like excuses.
It's no. I'm trying to be logical here because like what people have normalized is that when black men get out of jail, that shit just go back to normal. And the only thing really normal for them is the mental health that they experience going in that motherfucker. Because first off,
I don't understand how you speaking for black males. I don't know. You've never. How does this your area of expertise? But you're not a black male though. But you're not a black male.
But I'm a black woman who's always dated black men in my life.
It's a difference.
I'm surrounded by black men.
But you're still not a black man though, Erica.
I'm not speaking from the perspective of
you are
of a black man. I'm talking about what they have to look forward to when they get out of jail. Erica, how am I advocating for black men right now?
You can speak from the perspective of a black woman coming out of jail.
I'm speaking from a black. If I speak from the perspective of a black woman,
hold on.
If I speak from the perspective,
Kamar, go ahead. I don't want us to speak over each other because then can't nobody hear shit. Kamar, go ahead. Because I know you got it.
I was just saying that. I was just saying because see, we talking about experiences. So if we talking about experiences, I can only speak from about a black man coming out of jail. I can't speak about how it is for a woman coming out or how she will feel coming out. You know what I'm saying? Because we talking from experience. That's why you asked me the question.
Dion.
What up?
We just brought Dion in on the line. What up, y'all? What up? Dion, what you got for this? Are you up on what we talking about or what? Because you experienced this too.
Listening. I was listening to y'all. I can feel both sides of the spectrum, but I ain't never want to go back. I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Okay.
So I be listening to a lot of prison stories on YouTube. My one nigga, he did 33 years on there. Other motherfucker did 15, 9, 10. And motherfuckers like, they'd rather be homeless. And that's real life shit though. Man, I couldn't, man. Listen, when I went in 2004 and they told me 2007, I ain't ever been to prison before, and you going through trials, you got to go through you in the room for shitting and pissing, and you people and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, listen, couldn't no money make me want to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? And also sometimes though, you know, I don't know what type of resources he had, but like when I first went to jail, they took steps because when I caught my case in 2000, this program called Felony Alternative to Prison Program, and then so you had to do 6 months in the house correction, which is cognitive thinking, cognitive behavior, AOD, and all that. So
Dion, you're breaking up. Dion, you're breaking up. I don't know what's going on with you. You got your headset on or something? What's going on?
Can you?
Hello? Yeah, you going in and out.
Yeah.
Sounds like you.
Oh, okay. Because I'm coming on this highway. Let me hang up the call right back.
Okay, cool.
All right.
And once again, I want to say condolences to the family of this young brother. I'm not victim shaming. And Erica, I understand that you are grieving. So I don't want you to take it like I'm, trying to play your family or nothing like that. What I'm saying,
just want to share the black woman perspective of when
right. But you was, that's cool if you, but you were saying, you were speaking a lot about black men.
You want me to speak? Well, yeah, because who do we see out here in the streets doing this?
Well, it depends on where you at.
That majority? Who is it that is the majority of black men being incarcerated? Who is it? Is it the white people?
I don't think the majority of black men are incarcerated. I don't think the majority of black men are incarcerated. We have a strong presence in this department in the system, but the majority of black men are not incarcerated.
Let me rephrase my statement.
Okay.
Do black men have the same risk as white men once they go into jail?
Same risk. Well, we know that in terms of conviction rates, white people get less time for the same offense. So the system is flawed. Yes, it is.
Okay. My point was to point out the flaws in the system. When I said systematically, this is the shit that people have to face when they go into these systems. Okay.
When they face the consequences for what they did. That's what you mean.
Well, I just watched a True Justice court hearing where a man was sitting on the park bench and an officer came up and started messing with him and then got him locked up and had a spit bag over his head from point A to point B. Yeah. And it was another black judge that actually really looked and reviewed the evidence to find that officer was definitely profiling that black man. So I don't like when people sweep that up under the rug like it's not still happening in 2025.
Who said it didn't happen? Who said it doesn't happen? Who swept it up under the rug?
I just don't like when it's getting swept up under the rug like that.
As a black man, I think I'm fully aware of that every day I leave out the house. I'm a black man, so how can I not be aware of that? And that wasn't where we was really going with the conversation. Now, I did get Dion back. Give me a second. Dion, come on back in. Can you hear me now? Are we good now?
Can you hear me though? That's the question.
Yes, sir. You sound much better.
Erica said oh, okay. Yeah, I'm on the toll road. So shit, I'm about an hour from Milwaukee. But yeah, though, you know what I'm saying? So, like when people go to jail, I would say it depends though, because I'm like, well, bull though, you know what I'm saying? Like all of us ain't the same. The recidivism rate is not the same though. Because some of us like, I'm not going back. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not going back. Now don't get me wrong, it was, it was a struggle to get where I'm at. But that made me appreciate it more, though. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, like, if you got my little brother on the other hand, you know what I'm saying? Like, he just keep going back to jail. And he was given he went through a carpentry program. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, he could have been out here. We could have been buying houses, fixing them up or whatever. So it all depends on that individual. Now, I understand what Erica's saying, too. But sometimes, like you tell us all the time, Kev, we did something to go to jail. The police, I just wasn't sitting in the house. And the police said, hey, take these crack rocks and give them to that police right there. I did, motherfucker did something. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I be tripping. Like I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I do be tripping. Like, I see a motherfucker on on Facebook, and they be like, free such and such. What do you do to go to jail?
Right.
What do you do? This man probably a terrorist out here, and you talking about free him. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I don't know, bro. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love my black people though, but I feel like if we gonna boycott something, let's boycott that correctional institution and that judicial system.
Oh,
Amen. I agree with that.
Boycott the prisons. I seem like I done heard that somewhere
boycott
before.
The prisons.
Kamar.
But wait a minute. My phrases that I tell to these young people is don't give them a reason to lock you up.
Hell yeah.
I use that same term to my union members who go to work every day. I tell them don't give them a reason to fire you. I'm all about accountability. I don't care if you black, blue, pink, purple, or yellow. If you out here doing the crime, you should do the time.
Right,
and if my nephew was living, he would be able to testify to you that I have had these conversations straight up, holding him accountable for his actions.
And this went sideways because
but that's not what I wanted to talk about.
The focus should have been on the violence.
It's been normalized.
It should have been on the violence. The focus should have been on the violence, but it did kind of sidebar into what you were saying. But
so what happened this weekend? Because I don't know what happened in Milwaukee. I was in Memphis.
It was
so what happened?
10
we had
shootings.
Some homicides.
Yeah, it was 10 shootings. 10
when
plus
don't
shootings.
When don't we have homicides?
10 plus shootings, Dion, and I believe 3 or 4 people dead over the weekend.
Oh wow!
I called in to talk about how people have normalized the violence in our crime.
You think it's normalized?
Yes. Why you think it's getting aggressive and more aggressive? Because it's normalized. You look at all these videotapes, not even gun violence. Look at all the videotapes that circle around with all these young folks fighting each other.
Yeah, I do agree with you that. I don't think it's been normalized. We've been desensitized to it.
Same difference to me.
Semantics. Well, okay.
Then look at all the videos that's being circled around with just fighting in the workplace. Who the fuck goes to work to fight all day? Didn't you go there to make a check?
So
who's normalized this behavior in the workplace? Then not only that, let's normalize the crime that keeps going up. And how generations of families, crime mob families in this motherfucker steady raising more kids. Let's talk about the normalization of beating your kids until they screaming bloody murder, and then you want them to grow up and be a normal person in society.
The way you're using the word normalize is what I have a problem with, because I don't feel like violence is normalized in the community. And I don't even think, Deanna, I don't even think we're desensitized to it, because you're going to see the pain. You're going to see the grieving. You're going to see the vigils. You're going to see people who look at this and say, this is horrible. This is a tragedy. That's all felt. Nobody's saying, oh, well.
Hell no.
No, well, listen, nobody's saying,
comes,
oh, well, just another dead nigga. Well, I guess some people are.
No, but what I'm saying is that even my nephew, I'm putting him up on there, and I had to really think about it. Like, damn, my nephew is a fucking hashtag right now. That's been normalized. How many hashtags say their names in the kid name that is running up and down Facebook?
I still don't think that's normal.
Normalizing it.
I don't feel like it's normal. I think it's a problem. I think it's an issue. I think that's why people move, and that's why people say, hey, man, I'm going to do something different because of the violence. Like that's just like saying, because we've been watching boxing and karate movies for 50 years, and football and hockey, and you know what, we America loves a fight. That's why the fight videos are popular. Hell, you pay $70 to watch 2 dudes box in Vegas. I don't
normalize.
Yeah, I agree with Erica.
Watch it too.
Desensitized.
Motherfuckers
you think
they're halfway dead.
You think kids are desensitized to gun violence? You think?
I'm gonna tell you. Let me say something real quick. I'm gonna tell you because I became desensitized to it. Because I remember it used to be a website called crazyshit.com. And they would show people, for real, they would show, and back when that Iraq war was first happening, they would show people getting their shit splattered with AKs, getting their head cut off. And I used to sit there and watch that shit. And that's just like now, you could go on Instagram or Facebook at the funeral, they got big ass guns there, they got the Pooh Shiesty masks on, they putting blunts in a dead body mouth. Like, why they putting blunts in that man's mouth? You know what I'm saying? Like, why they putting blunts in that? That man dead. You know, his mom and them, Bull be watching that shit with Chicago, like when Lil Bloodhound, them Jeff, and they say, and I don't know if Bull know this, but a couple years ago, about 3 or 4 years ago, on 54th from Mill Road, when them 3 motherfuckers came up dead, Lil Dog and them from Chicago came up here and killed them niggas. But anyway, Lil Jeff, when he got killed, his mama and daddy talking about they gonna get some get back. So motherfuckers be with the shit out here, bro.
So
they don't give a fuck.
I guess
you know what I'm saying. So motherfuckers been desensitized to killing other people.
I'm looking at it from a different perspective because I don't think murder is ever normal. I think it stands out. I think dysfunction. So this is just my perspective. You can agree, you don't have to. It is what it is. It's Outlaw Radio.
Mm-hmm.
I think dysfunction. I think dysfunction is normalized. I don't think it's specifically violence because usually the dysfunction leads to the violence. I think lack of coping skills, lack of problem solving skills, lack of discipline, like all these things contribute to this culture of dysfunction. Now, culturally, we're desensitized to a lot of things. And I'm only saying this because a lot of people, when there's a murder, people are it's like it's nobody's just really blowing it off, like unless it's a person who's a psychopath or that's the enemy. But I just feel like normally you say, oh man, that's fucked up, like you shouldn't have to deal with this. So I say dysfunction is normalized. Go ahead. I mean, if normalized, go ahead, Kamar.
Hey, I think all right. You know what I'm saying? All right. If you live in that life like he talking about them young brothers down there, Bloodhound, and if you live in that life, if you one of his homies, that shit normal to you.
Right.
You grew up like that shit normal to you. So like you said, you know what I mean, from your perspective, from my perspective, from Dion's perspective even, it's not normal no more to Dion. You know what I mean? Because he ain't in that lifestyle no more. But if you in that shit normal as a motherfucker. Like, remember I told you, like when I remember back in the day, we used to be selling dope houses and living in dope houses and shit, man, nigga. I thought everybody was doing that. I thought everybody smoked weed. I thought all the niggas my age had dope houses and shit. You know what I mean? I just thought that shit was that normal.
Kamar, let me ask you a question though. Even in that life, even when you were in the life though, murder was it brought the house down. If you lost a homie or anytime somebody got killed, it was like, it wasn't like, oh, well, let's just keep moving. It was like, oh man, that's,
well, you're right. You know what I mean? When it happened to us, it's traumatized. But like, let's say like your ops over there to them niggas, killing them ain't shit. That ain't nothing. That's normal. That's a regular day.
Hell
you know what I'm saying?
Let me see if I can bring Ewok in.
But did you watch the videos? But look, you watch their videos. They all put. Hey, hold on, Ken. Check this out. You watch their videos. They all mourning their homies on the dead homies, on the homies. On you know what I'm saying? On all the dead guys. You know what I'm saying? They mourning on their end. So you know what I mean? You're right. Like, it's not normal when it happened to you because this shit hurt. You know what I'm saying? But to do it to all the mother motherfuckers, man,
thugs need hugs too. If you seeing niggas get murked, it does. You still looking at like, damn, that's fucked up that happened to them. Let me see. We got Ewok. Ewok, what's popping with you, man? I got you. I got everybody on the phone tonight. What's going on?
Yes, sir. I want y'all to know that everybody that spoke. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear
you. Everybody that spoke. Everybody right. It ain't no wrong. You know what I'm saying? All of this shit is right. Everything that everybody said is right. It's a conglomerate of all of that shit put together. And it is with the social media and all of that shit too, man. They living it and seeing it. You know what I'm saying? And people just going crazy, man. I saw that little girl, baby got killed with little Ronnie down in Houston, Texas,
my God.
I believe.
Yes.
Man, that was ridiculous. That was ridiculous, man. And I was like, man, so y'all say desensitized, used to it, or just plain old off the wall, just all of that stuff. Everything that all y'all said, it all go together, man. All of it is a part of it. You know, social media don't make it no better. So, yeah, my baby gonna be wearing Gucci. Bitch, your baby's dead. What the fuck?
I agree.
Come on.
I think the only thing that stood out is when she said there's no and maybe I misinterpreted. I think what she was saying was these young men feel that way. And I kind of jumped in and said, well, that's not the reality. But I think she was saying that's how they feel. Like it ain't nothing else for me to do to make no money. I don't give people the benefit of the doubt, right? Like, so meaning I'm not gonna give you a chance to screw me over. I don't want to hear your excuses. I don't want your excuse. Hold on. Your excuse to fuck up my neighborhood or shoot my cousin or shoot at and when I keep my kids, I don't accept that. I can't find nothing else to do. I'll be like, that's bullshit. You can't. But I don't want to get too far off the rails. I don't, because it'll steer it in another direction. I got more shit to talk about. Erica, you had something you wanted to add to this?
Yeah. So talking about putting the baby in the Gucci, right? Gucci ain't cheap, is it? It's about $1,500 a shirt.
Knockoff.
First off, if you the knockoff, exactly. My point made. However, I don't know. I don't buy that shit.
Most of these people with Gucci in this city is wearing knockoffs. Trust me, I know the dude who sells the purses.
But even the knockoff is $1,500.
Is it? Damn. Okay.
Okay. It's still, I don't know. I don't buy the shit, but I'm just giving you an example of visual. So a visual of just buying just the shirt at $1,500. Then the pants is another price. Then the shoes, and she talk about Gucci down from the head to the baby's toes, right? Going in the casket. That's just the outfit. If she plan on putting that baby in Gucci, that's just the outfit. Now think how much money she finna spend on the casket. But she ain't no average American worker.
So this is the mother of the. You're talking about the young rapper who was murdered in Texas. You're talking about his baby mother, correct?
I'm talking about the woman that went live, who was getting drunk, who was getting high.
That's the mother, right? That's the mother of the child.
Yep.
Okay.
But my point, I'm trying to help you all do the math because I know this men like logical shit. So my point is, think about the cost of the funeral as a basic cost. Right now, it's how much? About $5,000 to bury somebody. Okay, and then we talk about in Houston, Texas. So it's probably going to be even higher because that's a more higher. You know, they got a higher living cost over there. But then think about the cost, the casket, the outfit, her outfit. Everybody around her going to be player. And if the baby who is gone in the casket is Gucci down, you already know everybody in the funeral going to be designer down from here to there. These people aren't working average American jobs and then funding all of these designer companies.
Didn't they used to put the gold and the diamonds in the sarcophagus with the pharaohs?
They did. I mean,
I'm just saying, didn't the Egyptians, like a lot of our ancient ancestors, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm no ancestrologist. I just made that shit up. A lot of our ancestors would throw stuff to you. They'll throw stuff in your coffin as a send off to say, hey man, we're gonna make sure you clean as the board of health when you go out.
The only difference is they really had the money for that shit, and these people don't.
Okay,
but you know what I mean. I think the bigger picture of that whole issue is her callousness of it all.
That baby was a lottery ticket.
She said, "I don't care that my baby." She said, "I don't care that my baby gone. I just care how she left."
Did she say that?
Yes, she said that. Not only did she say that, she said she could make another one.
Wow, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch her. Watch her. Wow.
Yeah. Did she say she could make another one?
Mm-hmm. You bitches
ain't big shit. They normalize abortion.
It's illegal. Murder. Is it normalized? It's illegal now. They took it back off the books.
Man, some of these girls go get abortions and then they not stopping. They don't went across these state lines, risking jail time to go do so.
Don't the Plan B joints? Don't the Plan B joints got abortion down?
Of the girl. Look, I just think another video of the girl bragging about how she did a homemade abortion, had a picture of the fetus in the toilet and everything. Well, that nigga gone. I ain't got that. He ain't messing up my so-called baby daddy ain't messing up my summer.
Where you see this at? What you
Facebook?
Really? But with embryos in toilets? Oh, yes. God, I'm glad I'm not friends with them people.
They have to go to jail. They put that shit on there like that.
They don't care. These little niggas don't care about selling their weed. You got the other little nigga who just hit the police kicked in his door because he was on live. Normalized. These guys ain't even hiding it no more. They putting it on Facebook.
Because something's on Facebook doesn't mean it's normalized, though. Facebook is Facebook.
Come on, man.
A lot of that shit on Facebook be staged anyways. We know that. There's a lot of tomfoolery on Facebook.
It could be, but a lot of that stuff is not tomfoolery.
I just don't. I guess once again, it's manifestation.
And these from your generation never didn't trust cell phones, let alone want a camera in their face while they holding pounds of weed.
We didn't have no cell phones. There wasn't no cell phones.
The Polaroids, you wasn't pulling out no Polaroids back then either.
Your ass had a beeper. I'm old. Listen,
don't age yourself.
Why not? Shit, I'm proud of my age. I made it. God damn it. What we talking about? I'm 49 years old. There was no goddamn cell phones.
In your 49 years,
shit.
Eventually cell phones came around because that's how
eventually
we got them
they did, but and then they didn't have cameras on them at first. That's a late development. So this whole
you couldn't even put in the code word into your beeper. Talk about bring me a 3-5. Niggas would get upset about that.
You used to talk on payphones. You get a page, you pull over and call from the payphone. What's up, cuz?
Even then, the G still wouldn't want to because they thought the police had the payphones tapped.
Erica, hear me when I say this. Criminals back then weren't no better than criminals now. Like
criminals ain't good at all.
I feel like people say, man, back in the days we was better hustlers. No, you wasn't. No, we weren't. We weren't better hustlers than they are. Now they just got social media now. We did stupid. Listen, there's been car chases. I got homeboys who done been in high-speed chases in a stolen car, and this was in the early 90s. I'm not saying it was the norm, but I've seen it happen. I haven't seen anything reinvented now except for the fact that back then there was no debate on whether or not they can chase your ass. They're going to chase you. You knew that was coming. So that, and then the mobile drug housing, but that's just a game changing where, like Kamar said, cats used to be sitting up in dope spots and had a spot for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, popping, sleeping in there, kicking it in there. And it's just like, it was dumb. You're like, look at these idiots. These curb serving, literally standing on the corner with some crack in his pocket or in the bush, serving crackheads. Criminals didn't get, they wasn't smart then and they got dumber. No, like I don't. It was
they
dumb
just got
too.
bolder. I never said they got dumber.
How many brothers got caught up on wiretaps talking on the goddamn phone? How many brothers
on the phone
back in the day? It wasn't no cell phones, the house phone. The crib on the house phone. So criminals are criminals, man. Boycott the prison. If we take this excuse away from a lot of these young men, if we take the excuse, and I think a lot of them, once again, this is my opinion, they're coming into the world with a lack of accountability. Like nobody's holding them, but at a very early age, they get to skate and get away with a lot of shit. There's really no discipline. The discipline back in the days, I heard brothers say it was structure in the game. It was structure in the home. My mama was the first gang member I ever met, and she violated everybody when they fucked up. So at my loosest, I know I couldn't say, well, I didn't know. Matter of fact, I knew better. That's why I said, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm about to stop acting a fool. And I get it. That's me. That's me.
You saying that it's the mama, but then there's a narrative, right? That single women can't raise men, or
it depends on how she doing a good job is she single
of raising their children.
It depends on how she's single. Because there's some strong black mothers who say, I ain't, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take care of my kids. I ain't really worried about no man. And she can, but if she the loose mama who want to be friends, she want to be turned up twerking downtown. Y'all can't be in the same club drinking together. She can't be bringing man after man up and through the house. Or she fucking with boyfriend after boyfriend after boyfriend. She has to say, no, I'm full-time mama. And that's what I'm doing. That's what I am, full-time. Like, you can't have one foot on a banana peel and the other one in the streets, I guess is what I'm saying. And so you get a lot of sisters who have 4, 5 kids, and they be like, shit, I still got a life. I'm only at 35. You're 35 with 5 kids. I'm sorry.
That's bad.
I don't want to.
I'm 38 with 4 kids.
But it's a situation.
And I'm single because my baby daddy caught a case.
There you
went
go.
to jail, and then he didn't come back out the same.
Ooh, we don't want to open up his business on the show. He might be listening. Like, God damn. I'm just saying, Erica. Listening. I'm just saying, as a mother, you have to make up your mind.
Over the black woman. I made up my mind. After he left, I made the most money ever. I got a small business that's going. It may not be thriving, but it's up and established. I'm a union organizer, an activist in Milwaukee streets. As a matter of fact, there's a commercial with my face on it advocating for Milwaukee and telling voters
shout out to you.
Get out and vote.
You did the right thing. So you're proof. Once again, we remove all the excuses, and you say, you know what? I gotta find some. Somebody might say, "Girl, it ain't no jobs out here." You're gonna be like, "Shit, I'm gonna have to figure out something." You ain't gonna say you right and then sit at home.
And then here's my testimony to how we've normalized working 2 and 3 jobs. the reason why I work as a union organizer and I'm a tax professional is because I have always worked 2 jobs. But then I started feeling guilty, and here's my testimony when they were telling me I was spending too much time at work and not taking care of my children.
It's always something. It's
damned if you do, damned if you don't. And then now I also got to watch out for these predator-ass men who might want to touch on my 3 daughters. But I also got to watch out for these predator-ass men who might want to beat my ass and is jealous of me and they want to take everything I have from me. I also have to watch out for the financial abusers that's out here, red, black, blue, pink, or green.
I'm not sure, Erica, I'm not sure you're on the right show.
But
I'm not sure you're on the right show because nobody here is none of that. And listen, I'm saying,
I'm
saying this,
that I can reach the higher caliber of man by being on your show.
I have so many friends and so many family members that are not like that. That's never been part of my circle. The cats who I'm cool with. Do I know some dudes who are left of the line? Of course. But I'm talking about my inner circle. That's never been. So when I hear women, I got to watch out for a man who want to touch on my daughter. What kind of men are you dealing with? Like,
hey, you know what? I think, hey, listen, hey, Kev, just a minute ago, we talked about manifestation, right? So the way this works is what you thinking about is what you get. So if you thinking about, I have to watch for this type, I got to watch out for this type, I got to watch out for this type. Now, the universe don't understand yes or no, or I want it or I don't want it. It just understands what you just said, like rapists, or you know what I mean? So the universe give you what you thinking. You know what I mean? You got to focus on what you got to figure out what to look for. How about that? Because see, you're looking for the bad traits, and you always gonna find the bad traits because the universe gonna give them to you. If you really believe in manifestation and the way like versus like works, you know what I'm saying? The law of attraction, you got to understand this and you got to believe in it.
Okay. I don't for me, like we solution based, so we talk about solutions most of the time. I think we're focused on getting down to the nitty gritty as opposed to just always complaining about the shit that's out here. I'm a firm believer in this. I don't know if this resonates with manifestation or whatever it is. I believe you get what you put out. I believe you honestly get what you give, right? Like if you exude a certain type of energy, if you move in a certain way, if your demeanor is a certain way, you get that back from the world. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't.
That's not true.
That's what I said. For me, that's always been like, and this is me. This is why we do Outlaw Radio once again, because everybody has an opinion. And from a black male perspective, a foundational black American perspective, I notice that I usually get what I give out. If I'm angry, then angry people will be drawn to me. If I'm wild, if I'm living on the edge, people who are living on the edge are drawn to me. When I'm laid back, cool, smooth, just kicking it, those are the kind of people that I end up being cool with. So that's what I base my perspective on.
That don't work when we're talking about a 7-year-old girl who 15-year-old uncle is touching her.
What?
Did she manifest being touched by her cousin?
Wait, what we talk? Wait, I thought we were talking about relationships, adult relationships. We were talking about adult.
Because you're saying if I keep watching out for what I don't want, it's going to be attracted towards me. But I don't want somebody who touches little girls. So you're saying that because I'm saying that, that's going to be manifesting.
I didn't say that. That's not what I said. I'm
trying to apply the logic of your.
What I'm saying is, if you're putting out positive energy and you moving with integrity and you don't let your past trauma and all the jade that you have from things that have happened to you, if you don't let that affect your everyday output, more often than not, you're gonna be meeting positive people. But when you are
in a third party,
when you're around that kind of thing, when you are saying, "Oh, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna make sure don't no motherfucker fuck me over. I'm on guard every day. I watch all you niggas. I don't trust none of you." Putting that out, so those are the people who are gonna be drawn to you. The people. I can't believe a woman would have a 7-year-old daughter and she couldn't vet the candidates and I know it happens. I don't want to dismiss that.
It happens.
But
more,
you should be. That should be an anomaly. Like as a mama, like you should be way better at who you have around your kids. I'm gonna say it. It's controversial. Fuck it. You should be way better than that. You should be way better than that. You should be watching that man enough, anyways, when he's around. You should be able to pick up on them tendencies right away. Like just watching his initial interaction when he come around and she around.
So you mean that somebody
date outside the house? Like what the fuck? If you got kids,
I mean,
no nigga to your
granted, date outside of the house. But what I'm saying is that because some people have been with guys 1, 2, 3 years who was like, okay, I'm not going to bring him home for the whole first year. Then you bring him around the second year and, oh, he's been great. He's been lovable. He's been buying shit. And then the daughter turns 16. You're 7 years in a relationship.
That's oversight on your part. That means your communication with your daughter is broken down. Because my daughter got to feel comfortable enough with me no matter who I bring in the house. If anything happened. I have a daughter
out here touching their daughter.
Listen, I know that. Hell, it's a lot of things going on. I'm not, everything don't apply to my household.
Shame her for what that grown ass man
I can do the best at who I have around my kid. I am in control of who I have around my kid. I am. And once again, my relationship with her has to be strong enough that if I'm bringing people around, that conversation is going to happen early. Like, listen, is dude cool? Like when you ain't gonna have that much time. We dating and you gonna have a lot of time with my 7-year-old. You're not gonna have a lot of time around my 7-year-old where it's just you and her. That is, but it happens. I want to move on. I want to move on to some other stuff, Erica. I don't know if you wanted to just shout out your nephew.
I got a whole lot to say. There's a whole lot more of the issues and things that we've normalized in the city, including Donald Trump. Me, Dion, and a few other people on this site said, do not trust Donald Trump. And he gonna slap you in your shit. And guess what he doing? Slapping people in their shit. That's where I wanted to start at with the conversation. But you was like, no, let's not talk about work.
Right, I know. We only got so much time. So I'm gonna move this in a whole different direction. So I don't even want to, I'm gonna move it in a whole different direction because I got to go on with the show. I already wasted too much time. Next question I want to ask y'all, especially Kamar and Dion, because we've discussed this on the show before. This thing with transgenders. Now, did you see this?
Don't get me started. I'm a whole organic woman. Let me hang up.
Okay, there you go. Now, Kamar, we were talking about this transgender violence in Milwaukee, and that individual, who was that? Who, like, he, she, what do you call it? Her, she called in.
I have no idea.
It was a man. Wait, so a transgender
It was a man. It was a man, Bubba.
Okay. And so, and you found out in that case, I think it was one of those things where allegedly the transgender threatened to expose this individual. I don't know how this goes. And I don't want to,
damn, boys, I don't know how this goes.
I'm just saying, I don't know.
Boys be out there fucking with them boys, man. I don't know, man. Shit.
Matter of fact, that's the question. That's the question we asked. That's the question we asked when that happened was, is this a case of these transgender women messing with men and not disclosing that information? And then all of a sudden it's like, yeah. And I'm going to tell everybody, like after a while, and you be like, what? Or is it you knew he was a transgender man? A woman, and you was messing with him. You knew, but then when she got ready to tell everybody, he was like, "Oh hell no!" I don't know.
That's what I think the case was. Because I was reading the comments on there. People get on there. Y'all just assuming this, that, and that. How y'all, So I think a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? Because man, coming from a man's perspective, I ain't never, I'm glad I ain't never experienced nothing like that, and I wouldn't know how my reaction would be. Like, a motherfucker, I'm just glad, thank God, my relationship has been, long term. But most of the time, them gumps, though. Like, I was in Memphis yesterday at the Nike clearance store. I knew that was a gump. He dressed like he got a bodysuit on, catsuit, and when you turn around, you ain't see nothing but man, though. You know what I'm saying? So, like, these niggas be knowing that. These niggas be knowing, like, at some point, because nowadays, you gonna grab something. You gonna reach down there and feel that boy got one of them things on him like you got, and you like, shit, well, shit, you know what I like you to do. you know, and then like you said, when a motherfucker want to expose a motherfucker, you know, now motherfucker gonna kill you. You know, if you gonna play the games, you better sign a non-disclosure, or you know, you gotta be sure. You might as well just go on full gay. Like if you know,
if that's what you're doing, just admit it.
Yeah, just go on full gay so you won't get mad if somebody exposes you.
Well, you don't have to be
know, like,
full. I don't know that you have to be full gay. See, this is where the line gets blurry for me, because if you are a transgender, because I always have problems keeping everything in line. Like, so a transgender woman is a man who is effectively living as a woman. It's not a cross dresser, because a cross dresser just likes to wear female clothes, correct?
It's basically a cross dresser.
Well, no.
They still got the man part, because if you gay, you just gonna be a straight gay man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna look like a man, but you like men. But when I don't even know what that transgender is. That's just something they made up.
This is what I'm saying. It's no, Dion. Like they always say, there's levels to this shit. A transgender is different from just a regular gay man, because all gay men don't want to be feminine. There's a man in each relationship. So you got a gay dude who might just be like, nah, I don't wear women clothes. I'm not feminine acting, but I'm gay. And it's like, okay. So, but a transgender is like, no, I dress and live as a woman. That's the trans designation of it. So that's why a lot of men fall victim, because they thought this was a woman. Y'all let me, I don't know. I don't know is all the ins and outs of this community. I'm just saying there's an epidemic here, and I'm calling attention to it, that we have so many trans women who've been murdered in the city over the last 3-4 years. It's a substantial amount, and you keep seeing, like, I guess the brother who was caught for this is 22 years old. But once again, like a young man who is, you know, if he's messing with what he thought was a woman, and then even if he finds out later on, if she say, I gotta be honest with you, I'm a man, then I feel like he's out of pocket for killing. Wait, let me take that back. If he didn't know and she says that, I know he's gonna be upset, but then I would say to that trans person, you were wrong. You should have told him off top that this was how you live your life. That does not justify murdering anybody, but I know the male ego, that's a heavy blow to be like, and I'm finna go tell everybody. You like, oh hell, it obviously is driving people insane, but you know, it's bad, man. So I don't know how's this. We have to come up with some kind of policy where you got to be upfront with people. You got to tell people this. And brothers, if you really down with that behavior, don't be killing nobody because they finna expose you. You've been down with it. Go ahead, like that man said, go ahead and live your life out loud, man. You know, people only gonna tease you for so long. Every neighborhood, it's a gay person in every neighborhood. Everybody got somebody gay in their family, so it's not the end of the world. Now, I think this is Erica calling back. What's going on, Erica? Don't go on one of your rants. What's going on?
That was me calling back, bro.
Oh, okay.
I'm coming through Kenosha. I lost y'all.
I thought that was a 262, because I know Erica be done snapped. Like, God damn it, I'm a full woman. Hear me roar. I'd be like, oh shit, she done got upset. But no, once again, man, there's an issue here. There's an issue here with these. Now, is it cats just riding around? Because you know they used to do the back in the days where they would go around and what did they used to call homo bashing? Ain't that what they used to call it back in the days? Is it dudes who really victimizing these you know, transgender women like that? Shame on them too if that's their case. That's weak, man. That's weak for you to do that. That's weak.
They dating them trainees, you know they is.
It always my heterosexual mind goes there, Dion. That's how we think as heterosexual men. We immediately say, "Oh, he must have been messing with her and didn't know." But I keep hearing people.
No, he knew.
Okay.
He just didn't want to get exposed.
Okay.
Like they be having these groups on Facebook, and the gay guys will make a whole group and just expose them all. Like he liked doing this and he liked doing that and this, that, and the other. Like you see what the one rapper guy was talking about. He was banging, you know, like I don't know what generation this is. What generation is this? Millennials or something?
This is
you know.
No, this ain't the millennials. This is the what are they called?
Gen Zs.
Is it Gen Z? Is it Gen Z's like that? Is that what it's called now?
I don't know, but they be on all that. They be on these drugs, these perks. You know what I'm saying? And like, and the thing about it, like we was talking about normalization earlier, it's being normalized to see a heterosexual man messing with a transgender or a gump, and he feel like long as he ain't getting pumped, he not gay. But if you do that man in the back, or let that man put your stick in his throat,
Wow.
you gay.
Come on.
If
Like,
any,
come on,
I
dude.
mean, any, no, for real though.
Put this stick in
Any
your throat.
touching,
What are we
yeah,
doing?
any touching of another man to another man sexually is gay.
So I would have to say
gonna,
this. I agree with you on. I do believe homosexuality is normalized, but I think it's happening because they want to prevent this kind of thing where people are just wilding out on gay people. They're shooting, killing, murdering, have them subjected to, let's just beat his ass because he's gay. Yeah, I believe that's normalized. And when you look on TV and even anything now, everything, they purposely, intentionally put a gay character in everything now. Even cartoons, like
they do.
Remember there was somebody gay on Sesame Street. Like it was just, and now the thing is, there's always been gay people. We don't want to say nobody was gay until 2015. There's always been gay communities. There's always been specific places where gay bars, all this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
they were ducked off though.
Well, should they have to be ducked off? Should they have to hide because they gay?
Man, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't care what nobody do to be. You ain't fucking with me. You ain't fucking with my cash flow.
There we go.
If you want to go out here and be with any man you want to be,
go ahead.
Long as you're not disrespecting me, because most gay men are not gonna mess with a heterosexual man. That's
there we go. That's the real.
They don't even play that.
That's
you know
100.
what I'm saying?
That's
they
100.
don't even play that. The new gumps don't play that, or the old gumps. So I mean, don't get me wrong. At first, I was against it, but now I'm just like, whatever a person want to do, just let them live their life that make them happy. Hey.
Did y'all see the video that went viral of the young sisters coming out the store? I don't know if this dude was gay or not. I don't know. He was dressed a little bit different. He was moving in a certain kind of way, and the youngsters sparked him, knocked his hat off his head. Y'all seen this video? I put it in the People's News Network. You say, Kamar, you seen this video? You didn't see this where it's like the store down there on, I want to say, Martin Luther King, and he's walking out with his two girlfriends. He got his hat on, and the dude, young brother, just just hit him.
For real?
And he's just kind of like, what? Like,
I ain't seen that.
Yes. Which was,
he caught that gump. That gump would have took that boy and did something strange to him.
Well, see,
because they still men.
There we go. Because I was about to say that you fuck around, do that to the wrong gay dude. Because a lot of them dudes they come up getting down. They have to. Because somebody always messing with them. Man, listen, you done got done dirty. Just like that nigga whooped your ass. So, but it's wrong. That's foul. That's not even gangster though. That's not gangster. He's with 2 or 3 girls. You standing there. I would have, if that had been somebody in my circle, I'd have been like, that was out of order, man. Why you hit a dude like that? I ain't making, man, cause he gay. So what? What about him bothered you so much that you had to hit him? Did he turn you on? Did your nipple get hard when you seen him or something? Like, what made you? That don't prove nothing to me. That even streetwise, you'd be like, man, you do that to the opposition. You say that energy to when we really got beef with somebody and get down. More than likely, that dude who does that is the dude who won't fight when you fighting other dudes. He be the one who be done ran and shit. He was out of pocket. He was out of pocket. Let me get my chat room a little bit. Let me see. This is Erica Hunt. She said, I know trans who enjoy only dating straight men and enjoy getting into fights with their BM. Wow. Yeah, I don't know no trans people. I don't know any personally. Ewok said, Deion show know a lot about how them gumps move. I don't know if he's knowledgeable. I don't know. Deion was you. Ewok said, he said, you know a little bit too much about how he said, you sure do know a lot about how they move.
Man. And when you in the joint, you see them gumps in the joint.
Okay.
That's what we call them. They gumps.
Okay.
We know niggas go out on the bench and play pocket pool with them. Motherfuckers want to be in the room with them and all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. You know what I'm saying? And then, like you said, it ain't like these the first time. It ain't like this the first time that we ran across gay people. Gay people been around forever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And this generation, the one thing that they've done is that they believe in tolerance. Erica Hunt said that was on MLK and Center where he hit the gay dude at. Like it was about 3 weeks ago. And people were like really upset. It was viral. Like people was like, no, like this is out of pocket. And the dude, you know, he didn't fight back. He didn't jump back like, bitch. Oh, he was just kind of like, what you hit me for? And then like dude, he just kept walking. He didn't knock him down. See, that's another thing about the youngster. The man was walking. He wasn't even paying no attention. You hit him. You got a chance to drop to wind up, and you ain't even drop him. That's why I say he be the one who wouldn't fight when it came. He be the one who wouldn't fight. I don't know that dude. He be looking for me and shit. Like tell OG, tell Unc I'm gonna fuck him up. I just think it's wrong. If you somewhere, man, and you so concerned about gay people that you just hate them, like you. Once again, hate is a powerful thing, man. Like it takes time to look at somebody and be like, I hate dude. I want to do something to him because of how he lives. I don't got that kind of time to give to somebody. As long if a gay dude, matter of fact, I worked with a brother who was homosexual one time, and he didn't really bring that energy. It was mostly guys. He was at St. Charles. There was some sisters on the staff, some women on the staff, and he probably communicated with them differently. And I'm sure I know he did, but he didn't bring that energy around us. We all knew that he wasn't. And it was just funny because I just happened to answer the phone one day and he was having an issue with his boyfriend and he was driving his boyfriend's truck. So up to this point, I hadn't had any real direct confirmation because he used to even flirt with some of the women on the unit. But man, I picked up the phone like an idiot. It's like, you know, and let me tell you, and he broke all of this down about how dude is driving his truck. I'm just sitting there like, he's not here. Well, I'm like, he's not here. I kept saying he's not here. He just wanted to lay it all out. And so when he came in, I'm like, yo, like, we had a moment where I'm like, okay, now you know that I know that you know that I know that you're gay. Like you, but it didn't change. It didn't change. He was still gay. I was cool with him. What up, dog? What's going on, man? How do you know? So yeah, man, I don't got no problem with gay people. The only time the only gay people that bother me are the ones who are over the top with it. Like they want to prove a point. Like we get it, bro. You're gay. Like, you know, you ever seen that skit on In Living Color when Jim Carrey is the gay dude who he go into places and he just has to tell everybody every other sentence that he's gay. You don't have to do that. We see you. We see you.
You know what bothers me?
And don't hold on. And don't try to and don't assume. That's another thing with gay people that might annoy me. If you assume that every straight man really secretly desires to be with you, it's not true.
Yeah.
It's not true. It's not true. Listen, I was early on when I started podcasting. Shout out to my boy Antoine Young. Antoine said, Kev, I listened to your show. I'm real tight friends with Homer Blow. I'm going on his show. Come with me. I went on Homer Blow's show with my boy Twan, and there was two lesbians, and there was a transgender guy. And I just was like, that's the first time I had ever even had a conversation with them. But with anybody from that side, their whole thing was that straight men really want them. Well, that's what the transgender guy was saying. You'd be surprised how many brothers you know. And I'm like, yeah, well, check this out, though. If you got a man who says he's straight, but he secretly wants to have sex with you and you're a man, he's not straight, he's gay. That's what I kept trying to say is, well, he ain't straight, he's gay. Whether he's admitting it or not, if he's on the down low, if he want to, so don't just put that stigma on us. Like secretly every straight man is in his mind fantasizing about being with a gay. It's not true. It's not true. So stop that. Let's see. That's a big, but this Erica says that's a big problem. Gay Republicans. What gay Republicans are we talking about now, Dion? Who's a gay Republican?
Most of the Republicans gay, and they undercover. They ain't most of them gay. On the real, that's why they be so. That's why they be so. I didn't know. That's why they be so. That's why they be so angry at the homosexuals and want to ban everything. We got to be careful. We can't say a lot of words now. Did you hear about that? All the words Trump banned. I think like you can't breastfeed, transsexual, sexual, black. It's so many words. It's like damn it, a whole.
I didn't hear him yet.
Dictionary, that guy. That guy.
Well, I started the show by saying we're in a holding pattern because as Black people, foundational Black Americans, I've heard that a lot of us are saying, well, he hasn't done anything and I've even said this at a certain point. He hasn't really done anything to us per se directly. There's some things that he threw a rock and it kind of affected us as a ripple in the water type effect. But this talk of a possible pardoning of Derek Chauvin. If this happens, then it doesn't matter. After that I think the proof is in the pudding. That to free Derek Chauvin, that's his name, right? From the cop who killed George Floyd.
He can't free him though because he still got state charges.
Okay.
So he can pardon him on the Fed, but he can't pardon him on the federal. Even if he can pardon him on the federal charges.
Even if he endorsed that, it says a lot to me about who he is. Politics, policy aside, I know people say personality. To pardon that dude, you're no different than the judge who allowed the killers of Emmett Till to walk free, or the judge who let George Zimmerman walk free. George Zimmerman.
Yeah, dude, a scumbag. You know what I'm saying? He's a scumbag. Last week you had a scumbag on here defending him. You know what I'm saying? I just be looking at the stuff that be going on, and I just be like, it's hard to believe.
What a great
show. It's hard
to
believe that all this going on. You know what I'm saying? Right now, as I'm driving,
go back and listen to Orlando. Go back and listen to Orlando last week. Dion, I felt like you should have enjoyed that conversation.
Man, listen, to be honest with you, I was only respectful because, to be honest with you, I was only respectful because we both men, and it was your show. But other than that, I fuck with dude, man.
Well, no, I'm saying you should have enjoyed it.
Before that, I talked to him and all this, that, and other, because he used to work. I don't know if he still work at Napa, and I have a conversation with him. But I literally cannot, and I mean this wholeheartedly. Like today when we was on the way back, I asked my girl, I said, you really think I'm wrong if one of my family members voted for Trump and I won't fuck with him? Like, I can't fuck with somebody that fuck with dudes. Ain't no wrong with being a Republican, but this guy, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's real Republicans, like people that got credentials. Michael Steele, Charlie Sykes, goddamn, what's his name? George Conan, his wife was Trump's press secretary. It's real, like, dude, he's a Milwaukee Republican. He was a Democrat that was a Republican. It's like you was folks and then you vice versa. You flip flopping. You know what I'm saying? You gonna go where you gonna go to whoever show you love. You know what I'm saying?
I felt like the conversation was great because questions were asked, direct questions, and in some cases he really didn't have an answer, or he had to admit, that it was foul. Like it was a couple times where he actually had to say, "Well, I don't agree with him on." No, there's a couple times where he said, "Well, I don't agree with him on that," or "I disagree with that," or maybe he shouldn't have. It was that kind of thing, but still, just knowing all of that, but still being a staunch advocate of this individual in that party, I felt like the conversation spoke for itself. No pun intended. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I enjoy talking to people who do support him, because I want to know him. Is it just me? Remember Kamar early in the election cycle when everybody was so mad at Kamala Harris and they was like, she's not black and this and that. And there were black people starting to say, nah, Trump is, there's some positives. And we were on here saying, and me specifically saying, am I missing something? I like to think I'm fairly informed. What is it that we're missing about this dude? Because we keep saying, nah, this is some bullshit. Like, y'all can't let this dude get in office. But there was more and more support. So we kept saying, okay, we get she's not black, but what are we missing that makes people want to vote for him? But to our credit, that's not what we did. 80+% of us still voted democratically. You know what I'm saying? So we did what we were supposed to do. Now, with Orlando, he's a black man. What can we say? Dion, you can't hate another black person because they voted for a certain president.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, you can't hate somebody because of who they voted for.
I don't personally hate him because I don't know him, but I could dislike him and choose not to associate with him because of who he voted for.
Okay, because you was
And
like,
like
I'd be the
said,
executioner, I'd kill a motherfucker. I'm like, whoa, slow
that's,
down.
you know what I'm saying? Like, that go with anybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, it just ain't only him. Like, I really don't, you know what I'm saying? I just can't respect somebody black. And like I said, I just can't really respect somebody black voting for him. The man, the motherfucker stood up to this man said, Kamala Harris said, he has no policy. The man said, I got a concept of a policy. You know, he lied and said, I don't know anything about Project 2025. I don't know. That's just something the far, I don't know which one, the left or the right, whichever one made. You know what I'm saying? It's just every day is lies. Like, look at the tariffs. You know what I'm saying? Like, the tariffs, lies. But my thing is, people still standing by his side, and like, I don't know. You know, like I think it's basically cultish now. You know what I'm saying? Like, what he's doing is gonna harm America. Didn't the Dow Jones drop 1,000 points?
Yeah, listen, Canada's now saying they finna put the 25% tariff on the electricity for people who didn't know that Canada imports electricity to America in Minnesota, Michigan, and New York. Yeah. So they're saying now we're going to put 25% on that. What they call them the counter tariff now. That's why I said in the beginning of the show, this is the tariff wars. And we all buckled up for it. Like I go to this is funny too, because I go to the hobby shop, and you know, a big part of my hobby RC is foreign products. Japan, China, a lot of this stuff comes from the radio components, the electronics. That stuff comes from overseas. And so now I'm like, yo, everything's going up. In the store, I go in the hobby store, stuff going up $25, $30. I'm like, it's already expensive, and it's going to go up even more. So I'm side-eyeing Trump. Now you go messing with my RCs, man. Come on now. Don't do that, Trump. Don't do that to my RCs.
He even saying like, you know, it's going to be a little tight.
Go ahead, Kamar.
I got a whole series of videos that I call Tariff Wars.
Okay.
Talking about all the different tariffs and shit. Like China, they jumping on Canada too. Like they got 100% tariff on Canada.
Wow.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? They got 100% tariff on Canada. This shit crazy, man. Trump started a whole bunch of bullshit. Motherfuckers, they saying they trying to bust down Canada so they could be another state.
Okay. But would it be a state, you know, part of America, you're saying, not part of China though, right?
Yeah, right. Like, you know, they basically saying the 51st state.
Okay. I'm just, yeah, man. I would listen. That's what I'm saying. We're in a holding pattern because we have yet to really feel the sting of all this. Like this is something that's on the horizon. Like money about to get funny, change about to get strange. A lot of businesses are going to suffer because when people don't have money, they don't spend money.
Mm-hmm. Or we're going to save our money and not spend money.
Yeah. Well, you're going to ration it out. You're going to be like, I ain't got it. Look, man. So this is crazy what he's doing. It's this tariff thing. And I don't think a lot of people, I think we have a surface understanding of it because we talk about some real complicated economics here. In terms of the global economy, because you got trade agreements in place and all this kind of, there's countries that you are legal. There's some countries it's not even legal for you to trade with, right? They may have products that we could use or utilize, but we can't legally trade with them. So we get them from somebody else. So now that we go back to those people and say, hey, yo, let's do some business now. Ewok is in the chat room. He said, man, Orlando willingly lies on purpose so he can't ever be trusted. He sure bypasses things well. He bypassed. He's a juker. Like you can ask that. That's that. You can ask Orlando a question about them damn Republicans and Trump. He go to skating. Erica Hunt said game plan Project 2025 is in effect. She said Wisconsin is one of them states. People are just waiting to see, man. And poor people they've been in the chokehold forever anyways. So they're pretty much just like, well, we don't shit. It's gonna be rough on us.
And then another thing too, I'm tired of. I don't know what group that was, but I'm tired of seeing people attack Jasmine Crockett. You know what I'm saying? Like they putting some trolls out here too.
Of course.
You know, black people, they got black people calling her ghetto and ratchet and this, that, and the other, and talking about her dancing. You know, she did what's that Kendrick Lamar thing?
Yeah, man, I keep
and
telling y'all them damn dancing videos. Stop doing dancing videos, man.
But you know what, though? I was listening to something. I know you say you never listen to Karen Hunter, but I was listening to her. She's against it, too. But I feel like now they got to do, see, the thing about it is now they got to do whatever they can because the Democrats lose. They ain't got nobody in the foreground. They ain't got nobody in the forefront. So they got to do whatever they kind of do to try to appeal to the non-voters, as they say. Like I said, I was a non-voter. I would have never voted if it weren't for Project 2025 because I didn't believe in the democratic process because I believe it was already fixed just the way it was. It's like today I was looking at gerrymandering. Gerrymandering was a cold motherfucking move that they pulled. You understand what I'm saying? Always. Yeah, gerrymandering is cold.
Man, on the real. We're going to break you down. We're going to break you down. You keep acting a fool.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So we sitting up there, we like, okay, this, that, and the other. But what can we do to appeal to people that want to go out and vote? But then, now, this is another thing, because I was talking about you today, Kev, about using our vote as a bargaining chip. And I just truly don't believe that we can use our vote as a bargaining chip. Because even though we are the majority of the people that still vote for Democrats, white people still vote for Democrats. Wait, hold on, let me finish, Kev. White people still vote for Democrats. And white people feel like they don't want black people to have reparations. I don't care how liberal or progressive they is. And they feel like everybody should pull themselves by their bootstrap. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So all that, you know what I'm saying? Us trying to use our vote as a bargaining chip, that'll be like suicide to us. Political suicide.
Listen. There's a such thing as a swing state. Mm-hmm. And there's a such thing called a swing vote. And there's such thing called swing power. That's where the black vote comes into play at when you talk about utilizing it as a bargaining chip. When we have swing power, Wisconsin is a swing state. If the entirety or the majority of the minority population votes one way here, it will sway an election. And you have states that have more electoral votes that are swing states. So when you talk about what do you use? What they call a swing power. What good is the black vote? Well, we're not going to be the majority, but we have the ability to offset elections. It's a real thing. Look up swing power. Look up swing states. And that's why I say, Dion, we should be demanding something for our vote. I don't understand why you would ever vote and not have demands. Why would you ever vote? I'm never voting for anybody if it ain't nothing in it for me. It's like even with Kamala, what was in it for me? Not having Trump as a president. So I think we do need to use our votes as a bargaining chip, especially in local elections. The mayoral election in a city that's majority minority is 44% black. Why wouldn't we use it?
Yeah, in a local election, I can agree with you on that. It might work in the local election.
Well, it'll work in a national election in a swing state. You go in Ohio, you go in Michigan, you go in Wisconsin, you go into these swing states, and you get the black people polarized and mobilized. It can change an election. It's a fact. It's a fact, Dion. It happened with Obama. That's what happened. Black people got up off their asses and voted. And what was in it for them? There was a bargaining chip. We want a black president. And that's what happened. It's about your political strategy, man. Like I said, if we all just gonna vote divided in the first place, yeah, then our vote really don't mean shit because it's scattered all over the place. But when we exercise our right and say, hey, no, we're all going to make sure that our power was utilized correctly. I'm sorry. I mean, if you feel like it's useless, then my next question to you would be, then what? You telling us, hey man, don't ask for nothing as a voter. How should we vote then? How do you determine who you're going to vote for if you ain't saying, hey, I'd like to see somebody address education, or I'd like to see somebody address the economy? That's a bargaining chip.
We can vote for policies that we can utilize and it's going to be beneficial to us.
Ain't that a bargaining chip?
There and say, that's for everybody though, not just only black people. They not going to do nothing strictly for black people, man.
Well, no. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we can go and tell any elected official that's running if we could corner our vote. The problem is we've never done it because we've never cornered our vote. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So if we ever, that's why I would love the delineation movement when we self-identify and say, hey man, what's the foundational Black American platform? When we go to these individuals when they're running and say, check these boxes or you don't get our votes. Now, if he says, it doesn't matter, we got more white people anyways, and he loses in a swing state, then he or she is going to look very, very stupid. And that's not even a smart political, strategy. So I think you should be asking for something for your vote. I thought that's what the whole game was about. Go ahead, Kamar.
No, I'm agreeing. I was just laughing. That's all, because that's what I thought it was about. You know what I mean? And that's why you vote, because the person you voting for it says they're going to do like you expect them to do, with a bargaining chip, pretty much. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's the stuff you want. So this candidate is supposed to do the stuff you want, the stuff that's on your list, that you got on your list, is high on your list. That's your bargaining chip. And what Kev is saying is black people, for the most part, should have the same bargaining chips, because we going through the same shit. So we should go into an election knowing that we got the same bargaining chips. And if we got the same bargaining chips, we should vote for this politician.
Right. So when they come to the community, you can tell them before you even start, when you say, hey, I'm going to be speaking at a town hall meeting next Saturday, before they even get there, you send them a piece of paper that says, this is what we want. If you're not checking these boxes, we're not voting for you. And when we get there, if he doesn't say he's going to check those boxes, we leave en masse and say, you're not getting our vote. I don't think we've ever done that. Now, shout out to Albert Bell. What up, E, man? I mean, Albert, he said, I've never heard a politician say black males need, etc. All about gays or women. Erica Hunt said, labor, we go to work. She said, now y'all talking about my work. No, Albert, you're right in that, because we've never had a list of demands. Black America has never been unified. We've never really all been on code. We've never gone to any person who was running for office saying, if you don't do this, we're not going to vote for you.
They called him a coon.
Basically, contract with America, right? Like it was that kind of energy, right? Like, why are you talking to him?
He went to go holler at him. They called him a coon.
Type shit, right? So, because I don't. Whoa! Somebody giving me an echo. Once again, I think a lot of us just don't understand politics to the point where we know how to play the game. Like I keep saying, if they have lobbyists and special interest groups, why don't we have them? If they're the wealthy white people, one thing wealthy white people do, and once again, I'm not one of those brothers who says white ice is colder. One thing they do is they financially support candidates. They become campaign contributors. So they can tell a politician, hey, this is what we need passed. If you in Madison and you are a legislator and the big pharma or big chemical company comes and says, hey, we want to get this kind of thing done, and you say, well, there's laws against that. That motherfucker finds a way to put some water in your coffers. You look up and say, oh shit, we just got a $15,000 because it costs money to run a campaign. So why aren't we doing this? Imagine how many they don't give Wisconsin credit for shit, I know. But between the Bucks and the Packers, how many wealthy young black males do we have that come in here and make money?
Them niggas compromise.
Well, they might be, but I'll tell you what, the example is look at Junior Bridgman. Look at Junior Bridgman, who played in Milwaukee, put some money down for some business. Now he's a billionaire with the Wendy's thing. I mean, with the fast food restaurant thing. These brothers, because when they come here, there's no demand for it. There's nobody saying, hey man, brother, welcome to the state. You know, we want to get y'all all together. What did you call it, Kamar? You called it a name a couple weeks ago, and I laughed at you at first. What you call it? The Black Federation? What did you call it? And I was laughing at first. The Black Commission.
Oh, I can't remember, man.
What did you say? There should be a black delegation or some black commission or something like that of, hey man,
something like that. I can't remember what I called it, man.
Yeah, what I say, the Foundational Black American Board of Accountability, some shit like that. We said like it should be. So we don't look. You see, the buck dude, little buddy who's suspended. What's his name? Bobby Portis. Yeah, people Burlai Bobby Portis. And this dude on here telling Kyle Kuzma, ain't no need. You don't even got to dress up. Ain't shit in Milwaukee. Nothing's open after 10 o'clock. This shit's basically you going home and you going to sleep. And I'm like, bruh, y'all got across the street from the arena is a Carson Steakhouse. You know how many?
Bro, who go to Carson Steakhouse parties?
Listen to what I'm saying, Dion. You have millions of dollars. There's so many buildings down there. There's so many facilities down there. You can go to an owner and say, hey, man, I want to start doing some stuff for my teammates after the game. We're going to do an invitation only, a real, classy setup for us to go have somewhere and go. You can make money doing that. That's a promotion. Hell, you got money. Hey, man, we going to fly Rick Ross in. It's a bad example, I know. We're going to fly Rick Ross in. He just going to do a show for us. Or, I'm just saying you got money. Money makes shit happen. But there's no demand for him to do that here. Because he's riding around, you riding around the near north side in a Corvette or a Ferrari, you ain't going to see really that kind of wealth. No, you're not going to see that. You ain't going to see that. So I'm just saying there has to be a demand. Like closed mouth don't get fed. Is that what they say? Closed mouth don't get fed. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I think they compromised though.
Maybe so.
Man, Patrick Mahomes. He a Trump supporter.
Damn, but he's not in Milwaukee, in Wisconsin though.
We just talking about black people collectively.
Oh, I was talking about Wisconsin.
Oh, okay, Cam, my bad. Damn. Hold on, let me mute you. I got to go pick up my food at the Chicago sub. Hold on.
And he said he was at Chicago sub. We got to get on his heels, Kamar. What are you getting at Chicago sub?
Straight up.
Got roll meal.
Niggas ain't been to Chicago sub in 20 years, man. You still
he getting that gym shoe. He getting that gym shoe sandwich.
That old ass goat meat.
So salami with gyro meat and
I'm getting a gyro.
Okay.
Y'all put mild sauce on my fries. All right.
You ain't muted. I just want you to know that.
No, I know. Because when he was talking in that little microphone, that's what echoed. All right, pimp, buddy.
Erica Hunt says we do have organizations, but unless they move like a gang, majority of our community won't show any interest in those organizations. Man, we VIP. We talking about This is what I'm saying. Y'all is VIP. I know brothers here who got money, who party and kick it like a motherfucker, and you never see them. They go to exclusive places. They have exclusive events. I got a mansion. I got, I can rent. What is it going to cost me to say, man, go in with me on this little bar, man? You can go to one of these club owners and say, look, I want to set up a VIP. I'm going to pay you some money. We don't want nobody to have access to us. We want somewhere to go. You can do it, Duffy Moon. I'm just saying, but people like that come in here and shit on us and basically be like, this city fucking sucks, y'all. Don't come here. It's always cold. It was 60 degrees today. Shout out to, only sad part about it is the violence that goes down when the sun does come out. And I got the feeling this might be a pretty rough summer. They're always rough. We always say that.
I was about to say that.
We always say that, right?
We always feel that.
But it's gonna be, okay, so I should say I believe this might be one of those ones, at least in the beginning, where you're just gonna see a bunch of wild shit. Just a bunch of bang, 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 shoot 'em ups. And it's unfortunate.
That's sad.
It is, it's very sad.
And you know what? From me growing up in Chicago to adult now, I never liked the summertime. I never liked it. And that's why. And that's sad because you should be able to want to enjoy it. Picnics, barbecues, hanging out, but nope, I don't like the summer because of the violence.
What, man? Summertime in Milwaukee has always been the shit for me. My best memories in Milwaukee growing up have always been it's always been something in the summer or in the fall. Wintertime, I done had some I done had some good time. I mean, I done had good times, period. But the summer in Milwaukee has always been the shit to me. There's been violence. It's always been some violence, but it just has always been, because you can just move. You can just go. Well, you used to be able to. I'm not out here now, but you used to be able to just flow freely in the summer. We over here, we over there. He having a cookout. He having a party. We're going to go to this little club. We just might park somewhere. and everybody just be kicking. I know, and they still do it. We just our old asses now just don't. Man, we don't do it. But so
they had car shows and stuff on 76. They have them right here on Fonda like a Hampton. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just don't be wanting to be bothered with that type of stuff, though. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I have a great time just sitting outside at night in the summer. That's enough for me. I love the nighttime, man. And especially in the summer, man. It's the shit. So I'll be like, man. Yeah, but that's crazy, though. That violence will have you like that, though, Dion.
Yeah, I've been like that all my life. I just never liked it. Because, it's going to be some bullshit.
She said,
look at what you just said. We're going to have a rough one.
Well, but listen, okay, so here's the deal. And you said Chicago.
We normalizing.
Chicago, normalizing not liking summer? That's not normal?
No, we normalize it. Well, we know when the summertime because it's going to be some bullshit.
Well, I think we expect it. Erica Hunt said normalizing not enjoying your summer. That's not normal. It's not normal for me to hear. I ain't never heard nobody say that, Dion. You are the first person You are the first person I ever heard say, man, I hate the summer because of the violence. Because it be violence in the wintertime.
Yeah, but it's different than summertime.
What's the difference? I don't think.
Is more people out? Like, okay, like say for instance, like Kev not taking your street cred from you. But you don't be in the trenches. I don't either. But just say you driving down 24th and Chambers. You on North 24th Street, not West Chambers. You can even be on West Chambers. You can't get through niggas standing out there.
You're right.
If you blow at them, you damn near gotta kill them. You know what I'm saying? You go to the gas station, you're a little apprehensive because you go into the gas station, you see 1,000 niggas up there. Then when you go up in there, you see about 4 niggas on them with extendos. You like, man, this nigga got all these fucking bullets in his gun. He can kill everybody if he wants to. You know what I'm saying?
Where was I at? Where was I at? Hold on, let's go back. Let's go back in the story. Wait, let's go back. Let's go back. Where was I at now? Where was I at? I was driving down where? Like, because I'm
motherfucking Chambers.
Now I don't have any family. I don't have any friends who live in that area. And listen. If I go, like me and my son, we in the summertime, we done got in the car and we say, let's ride through the city right quick. I'm driving, but I'm not turning off on those. Like there's areas where I'll be like, I'm not finna go through there. I'm not driving through there. Now, nowhere is safe. Okay, but you're right though. I'm not in the trenches. You're right. I'm very happy that I'm not in the trenches.
Proud of that.
I am so proud of that, man. I'm just
saying though, like
it ain't no flex being in the trenches. In fifth, you sweating 50.
No, I'm just saying though, you go down there, you know what I'm saying? You might have stopped on motherfucking Titonia and Capitol at the currency exchange. It's 1,000 niggas out there
for
standing
what,
around.
Though? Why would I go there? Listen, I ain't trying to be stuck up. That
nigga said, but for what though? For what?
No, because I have a bank. I put my money in the bank, right? If I got a check, I take it to the bank. I don't. Let me go to cash, the check cash and play. No, I'm not going to. I have. Matter of fact, I have direct deposit.
You might want to get a roll of quarters or something, man. It could be. Renew your license plate, anything.
I will wait. I do that online, and I'll also wait until in the morning to go get them quarters. I'm not going down there. I'm just saying.
You sound like my girl, though. She do not bullshit. When we was in Memphis, she was like, ain't no stores here. She one of them type of people who pull up, won't even get out of her car. She be like, there's too many people here. And go.
I mean, but I done pulled up at gas stations in the wintertime and cats coming from somewhere or going somewhere. They 5-6 cars deep. They got the music bumping. They smoking. They in and out the car.
Yeah, that makes you nervous too.
And it lets me know you probably ain't got no business here. Like you probably shouldn't have. Now, when I was young, I'd be like, "Oh, this shit cracking, man. What's happening?" And now, no. I'm as my guy say, I'm fleeing the scene. I don't need to be here because I've seen this movie before and I know what happened at the end. So I'm just, but it's not. Once again, it's not what you do; it's how you do it. Those kinds of things will make my summer bad. So now, if I'm at the lakefront, which I love to go to the lakefront, and something happen, and I'll be like, "Oh, that's fucked up, man," because I should be able to come to the lakefront and kick it. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a multitude of people out there. But I shouldn't be cool, safe to just drive into the jungle at 1, 2 in the morning. I ain't even from their neighborhood. I'm clean. I'm bumping. No, that's not even smart math. That's not even how you survive in the jungle. No, that's not it.
Everybody got on them Pooh Shiesty masters and hoodies.
Right, and it's
and
90.
I don't even understand how niggas be having on them dingy ass jeans with them fat ass guns on them. Like that gun costs more than probably, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit be amazing to me.
You don't need no holster because your pants so tight. It's holding your gun. It's holding your gun. Who is this in the chat room? Let me see this. This is Erica. She said the difference is if you want to go enjoy your summer at the beautiful lake that your taxes help pay for, but you can't because you can. You can go enjoy the lake. I have gone to the lake too many times with my family, my children, my wife. That is our. When we pull off in the summer, a lot of time where y'all want to take a ride, yeah, it's hot. Let's ride down by the lake. Now, there's been times when we got down there and it was mad niggerish, right? And my wife is not with the bullshit. She's not with the foolishness. She gonna be like, I don't think you want to stop here. She gonna call that to, it's a lot of people here. Like she's gonna give you signals to know this ain't where we finna kick it. Now we'll pull a little bit further down into Oak Creek or into Whitefish Bay. Hop out, beautiful time. Water, it's summertime. We enjoying the lake. I didn't force a square into the circle. I'm not gonna go on Bradford Beach where it's going down and be like, all you motherfuckers chill so me and my family can have a good time. No, I'm not
just to prove I ain't scared.
Right. I'm old. Like, nah, I prefer quiet shit now. I don't want to. He said he wasn't ready.
I ain't gotta be in a place to be.
Nah, man. Because so I enjoy, there's a lot of festivals. There's a lot just nature. Okay, so for me, this is the weird part about me. I dig nature. And I as I've gotten older, it's been more for me like trees and plants and flowers and birds and rabbits and squirrels and shit. Like I be digging that shit in the summertime. Like my little rabbit partners be in the backyard kicking it. They don't even trip on me when I pull up. They like, what up, kid? What's happening, man? You didn't have some kids? Like, you didn't have that many kids last year. So I dig that shit. I don't. Me
too.
That's why I say I love the summertime here in Milwaukee. I don't be looking at it like, oh man, we've got to strap up, dog. It's hot outside. Niggas, if you in the hood, yeah, you know that. Like, cause nobody in the hood goes in the house in the summer in Milwaukee. You ride down the street, I don't care what time, there's some niggas sitting on the porch somewhere in the hood. And they just waiting. Mm-hmm. They just looking. Just you pull up. Who is that? You went to pick somebody up and you pull up.
That's so is how they be too.
You be like, hey, is so in there? Who? Nigga, pull over, nigga. Like you be like, oh shit, let me get on my hey, you need to come outside, man. I don't know. I'm gonna drive around the block and come back.
So, like I'm thankful I made it home.
Yeah, man.
Drove from Memphis, Tennessee. We jumped on the highway around 11. And then this is kind of a bittersweet week for me because I've been in my job 5.5 years. I start the city Monday, so I'm going into new terrain. You know what I'm saying? Like first shift at that. I'm not used to work first shift. I like second shift. Miko, I gotta make sure I took my dogs with me. Out of town, and my babies. I took them with me. I do.
I saw you in the hotel room with the doggy pads and shit all along the floor.
Yeah, I'm representing Milwaukee.
Thug has Dion. I crack up with Thug Gangster as Dion with his dog with a sweater on.
Yeah, my baby's got sweaters on.
I'm like, boy, man, thugs need hugs, man. That's all it be, man. A lot of time, man, once you get a taste of that good life, you be like, man, I'm chilling, man.
Niggas don't be want to be tough, man. Niggas don't want to be tough and shit.
You have to. You have to. You have to be tough. It's a necessity. So when you live, when you live long enough and you get to some, I remember the first time. This might sound corny to y'all. I don't care. The first time when I got married, my wife put satin sheets on the bed. I had never been on no satin sheets. Because I'm growing up, goddamn satin sheet. Like, I came out the shower, I just almost slid off the bed. I was like, oh, this is luxurious. Like, I was like, this is some cool shit. So just being in comfort, man, being comfortable and peaceful is a good thing, man. We fight it so much.
It is.
We niggas think, I mean, black people think we can't thrive. You need it to thrive. You'd be surprised how well you could do with a little peace of mind, man. She said, this is what she's saying. She said, Erica Hunt said, you proving my point that we've normalized this activity, that we would redirect your whole routine and life to keep from going back into certain spaces. Well, wait a minute. That in life, I don't care where you live. I don't care what time you've lived. There's always been places where you know it's not the safest for you to be. Am I wrong? Like, my routine, see, I'm not changing my routine because being in them places ain't part of my routine. So I'm not changing my routine. Even when I was in the hood, I lived on Capitol Drive and I would be on Atkinson. There was no need for me to be on Brown or Buffum or Cherry or Locust. There was no reason for me to be on none of them streets. And if we went over there for one purpose, got out of there. Because I knew it's not safe. Might have been strapped, we might have been deep, whatever. But it's like, nah, man, if we can avoid danger and trouble, let's avoid it. You know, if you had some kamikaze partners and I had some who be like, man, fuck that, I go wherever I want. All right. Well, then you deal with what come with it.
But I'm gonna tell you though, and I see like earlier when we was talking, and I'm gonna be honest with you, you know, I've been fucked up mentally for a long time. So when I see kids, like say for instance, my ex-girl, her daughter 18, and I see she's still a virgin, she do kid shit. That's kind of abnormal to me, because when I was 15, I became a dad at 16. You feel what I'm saying? I've been selling drugs forever. My grandmother died in 1987. I had to be out here on my own. So when I see people doing kid shit, 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds, I'm like, damn, we was on 23rd and Galena then. Getting it, you know what I'm saying? Like, so to me, to see kids doing normal shit was kind of abnormal to me. And my psyche was fucked up because I ain't been normal. You know what I'm saying? Nigga been out here selling drugs and gangbanging. I seen niggas died. I found niggas dead in houses. Been in home invasions, all type of shit. So to see kids that's 13, 14, 15, 18, 21, and they doing normal shit, that's kind of abnormal to me. Because like I used to tell y'all, you know, when we used to always be like, I tell a nigga, if you ain't out here doing that, grab a pack, hustle. But that ain't normal because maybe he not good at that. You feel what I'm saying? So I had to retrain my mind to look at these kids and be like, they just being kids. You know what I'm saying? I was fucked up.
She's saying y'all just described all the symptoms of severe PTSD. I've said this, I'm going to say it again, and this is just Kev. I don't have PTSD. I don't have that. And I haven't normalized any irrational, illogical, dysfunctional behavior. I haven't normalized it. As a matter of fact, I've tried my best to keep most of it away from me. Like, it's like if you know you got bad habits, then you try your best to not indulge in those habits, right? So, and that's the only way you're going to beat them back is if you make a conscious effort to avoid that kind of shit. I'll go wherever I need to go. I'm not going to sit up here and say I go wherever I want to go because it's not safe for you to go wherever, however, whenever. I don't care who you are. But I mean, I live my life at a fairly normal clip. I'm not scared to move about, but I know, come on, man. It just some shit makes sense and some shit don't. Right? It's at this point in my life, there's certain places that I should just not be still frequenting. Like when I was in my 20s or my teenage years, I drive around all the time, be like, I remember so-and-so had a spot right there. I remember so-and-so used to live right there. I mean, we used to kick it right there. I remember we parked right there one night and just sat up on the parking lot till like 3 a.m. Everybody bumping music, talking to girls. Now, what my old ass doing out there like that now for? If we ain't all out here in our old school cars, me, you, Kamar, we ride, hey man, let's ride. And we stop at a gas station in the summer and then say, hey man, I'm gonna get up out of here, and we leave. That's the only way you're gonna catch me there. I'm not pulling up at the spot where everybody's at. Like, oh, this on Instagram, they said it's cracking over here. Get out the car looking like somebody's daddy. It don't got nothing to do with me being, you know what I'm saying? It's just time and place. I just think it's certain times and certain places that you belong and certain places that you don't. Right. And so at our age, and of course I'm speaking from individuals my age, I'm just in a place right now where I pretty much go. Ain't no place I could say, oh man, I would go over here, but it's so bad. But I really need something from over there. Nah, if I need it that bad, I'm gonna have to tuck my chain and go. So I'm not scared. I'm not normalizing violence. I'm not normalizing. When I see a dude beating on his girl, I don't say, oh well, that's because to normalize something would be like, oh well. Now you know what? Where I will agree with Erica Ed in terms of normalization, and this was alleged. I don't know this to be true, but they said when this shootout happened, and this might have been Ruben Anderson. Shout out to Ruben Anderson. He was commenting on it, saying when this shooting happened in Deneen Park that the youngsters just kept playing basketball. That's what was said. I don't know that to be true because I wasn't there, but I know anytime we was anywhere, whatever we was doing, if guns went off, game was over. We out. So now if these kids just continue to do what they was doing, then yeah, we got a serious problem with some normalization. And that's that generation, not mine. Because you know, when we was young, if the guns went off, we was up, time to go. These motherfuckers shooting,
9
man.
times out of 10, they probably did keep it moving though. Cause shit, motherfuckers be like, they ain't shooting at me. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's how I am to this day. I don't be thinking about no shit like that.
Yeah, but once you hear one gunshot, you gonna act accordingly. You ain't gonna just keep hooping. Man, give me the ball. I got another free throw. I'm up.
I might look around and see, but that shit they ain't fucking with me. Shit, they got who they want.
Yeah, well, anytime you stay there when the police pull up, you're gonna have to answer questions. They're not letting nobody leave.
That's what I don't want to
do. And that's why I said you getting the fuck up out of there. Like, nah, man, shit. Let me move around for. I remember I was in a bar on Atkinson one night. It was my birthday. I was trying to get an early jump on my birthday. And I was in there. We was in the bar, had a little crowd. It was kind of popping. You know, people buying me drinks and shit. We kicking it. Dude got killed outside in front of the bar. And we thought we heard it. My guy said, "Did you hear that?" And I was like, "Nah." He said, "It sounded like gunshots." I said, "Oh man, you just tripping," because they had the music up. Somebody came in the bar. One of the dudes, one of the neighborhood guys, came in and said, "Hey man, they just shot dude in his face." Listen, that bar emptied so fast. You ain't never heard so many car alarms. Atkinson was empty in 5 minutes. I'm like, it was gone. Nobody was standing around like, oh man. Listen, that's what I'm saying. In our day and age, when guns was involved, we fleeing the scene. We're out. Our kids we have some issues. Our young people, maybe that is the issue. Maybe they normalize. I guess when she said that, I took it as she kept saying we. You got to be careful when you say we. You casting a broad net. Don't say we normalize it. Because to a lot of us, we still say, man, look at this shit. It shouldn't be like this. This is crazy. This is too much, man. A lot of us still feel that way. We're not just like, oh, well, that's just how it is in the hood. Can somebody please tell me what the hell is wrong with Kanye West?
What are you doing?
What is... Somebody help me with this. I don't... The Klan out. He's like today's outfit, and he has a Ku Klux Klan outfit next to him on a picture. He's walking around with Nazi. Does he want attention, or is this a cry for help for him?
Attention.
Does he need some intervention? Do y'all think? Because sometimes we watch people go just fall down, and we don't say nothing, and then everybody's like, "Oh, that's so sad." Well, you didn't stop.
I'm with Dion. I think it's as simple as attention.
But he's gonna get attention. He's gonna get attention, Kamara. He's a star. He's a celebrity. He's like a legendary performer.
He want to stay relevant, though.
You know, he got a thing where it's like, you know what I mean? He's poking at the Jews, too. You know what I mean? It's like he got a personal war with the Jews in the music industry and shit. And but posing with all this.
The Ku Klux Klan hung black people, though.
Well, they were still with
They hate Jews and Catholics, too.
Right. Right.
Why would you?
I just feel like it's attention, man. I ain't even paying him no more attention when he doing this shit.
I see it. I see it, and I'm tripping.
That's what he want, really. That's what he want.
Yeah, he gonna ostracize himself, though.
Can he do worse? What else can you do? I I just think this brother is falling apart, and we're just watching it, and everybody's just kind of like, oh well. Like it's normalized to watch somebody have a nervous breakdown right in front of you, right? Like,
for me,
It's
it ain't
normalized
that.
to see him do bullshit.
For me, it's knowing that, you know what I mean. He got an issue. He got a mental issue, and ain't no motherfucker around to stop him from doing the shit that he doing. Everybody around him is like yes man and shit. You know what I mean? They don't give a fuck. They just, as long as they keep getting a check. You know what I'm saying? He got issues, man. That's what, you know, we've been saying that about him for years. That's one you never hear me talking about nobody who I feel like got a mental issue. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they're going through. I don't know what's going on in their head. I don't know how it's ticking. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
if we was at a point where we was real serious about that, and I really felt like he did have an issue.
Yeah.
However,
I've said that for a very long
I still will vote for him before I vote for Trump.
Damn.
I don't know if I'm gonna go that far.
So I would, you know what I mean?
Oh shit. Hey, come on, you gotta give me some time with that one. I don't know about that one. I mean, Lord, that's crazy and crazier.
Let it marinate for a minute, you know.
Right. That's crazy and crazier, right? Like that's like, whoa, shit. She said,
make sure you take all this philanthropic efforts in vain also. I mean, into account also. You know what I mean? Like he do a lot of shit that lets you know that he still got some sense.
I wonder, is he still doing anything? I wonder, is he still doing anything from a philanthropy? I wonder, is he still doing? Because it seems like right now he's just on an island by himself. Yeah. Like I feel like he's just kind of. I don't know that he's. I don't know. It'd be interesting. Shit, this is Erica saying that's why my generation would keep our head on the swivel and stay out the way. My dad, my father lived in Chicago before he came to Milwaukee. So he went to Chicago in the 50s and stayed until the late 60s. Then he came to Milwaukee. But he always talked about how scandalous Chicago was. Like, like people think the ghetto is new. They think the hood is new. They think drug usage and drug sales and pimping and mob shit, all that's new. And like my pops used to tell me stories about Chicago, the things he's seen in Chicago, South Side, West Side, Chicago Heights. And it used to be like, what? So we were always raised to keep our head on a swivel. My brother and myself, my mom was like that because she didn't trust anybody. So we were always taught, no matter where you go, you pay attention to what's going on. You keep your head on a swivel. You don't just be walking around wide-eyed and carefree. So I think that's just the way some of us was raised, man. My mother was like, I'll tell you in a minute.
You can tell people that ain't raised like that though. Cause last night, right, I'm downtown Memphis, and I'm taking pictures and shit. So I turn around, this nigga like he walking past me, but I tell the gal like, why the fuck you didn't say watch out? Oh, you should have. No, you should not let nobody get that close up on me. You know what I'm saying? Her Catholic school going ass. So yeah, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, motherfuckers, everybody don't keep their head on the swivel, don't care. Some people, because it's not normal. It's not normal to them to see violence. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what I went down. It's not normal to me because I'd seen violence growing up, but it wasn't an everyday thing. It wasn't like every day I woke up, somebody was dead in front of the house. Like, nah, it wasn't. Hey, you see some things happened, you know, but I didn't grow up in a community or you know, that was so bad where I was just not bothered. I see somebody get their head exploded. I'm like, oh, well. Like, nah, it was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, that was some wild shit right there. Let's go.
Back in the days, you know, Milwaukee that's what really why I moved up here, because Milwaukee was so motherfucking smooth. You could sleep with your dough practically on no bullshit.
And then
in the 90s, I stayed on 23rd and Galena, 23, 24 West Galena.
I don't ever remember Galena. I don't ever remember Galena being cool enough to sleep with your doors open.
Man,
Galena always was bad. It was always bad to me.
we was down the street from the square.
I was always like, get me the fuck out of here. Let's get the fuck off North Avenue. That's that Capitol Drive stuck up shit. But we always thought every other neighborhood was like fucked up except ours and shit. Like, who wants to live on Center Street? Like that was we considered that the pit and shit. Like, no, man. You was on Burleigh? Hell no, nigga. What you doing over there?
That nigga said Burleigh?
Yeah, man. You got your ass, business over there with your ass on Burleigh. Folk niggas and got you hung up on the fence somewhere. Erica said, low key, I like what Kanye did with the fur coats. She said she like what he did with the fur coats and white girl situation. I didn't really see that. Y'all see your boy Elon Musk rocket blew up
again.
Yeah, the latest one blew up again. People was all happy. Like, yeah, it blew up again. Elon Musk is becoming the villain, dog. Like he's gonna go down as one of the most hated men in American history. That's my prediction. By the time this is all over, people are gonna hate Elon Musk, man. Like,
shit, dude showed and say that about Elon Musk, and that's crazy how contradictory these people is, though. But Elon Musk trying to say reverse racism, though. He trying to scream that he was black. This wouldn't, man.
Yeah,
I'm so sick of these people.
You hear him talk about South Africa. It's like, dude, what are you talking? What reality do you live in, man? Like,
like that's his country. Yeah, bitch ass nigga. But I ain't gonna lie though, kid. The other night, that was last night. I was like, man, I wish I had $1 million. And then $1 million ain't much. But man, I'd go over somewhere in Italy or Rome and live in a villa somewhere. And I'm so sick of America and this bullshit every day. I ain't lying to you, bro. The shit be depressing. Like, it do, man. Like, every time you turn something on, it's something that stupid, retarded motherfucker did. Then you hear people say, oh, y'all voted me in, and this, that, and the other. And it's like, it's just sad, man. You know what I'm saying? It really is, man. And he ain't doing nothing but tearing America apart.
I just think the world is bad no matter where you go, though. It's always evil somewhere in the world. Living on the side of a hill in goat country in Greece don't guarantee your because they got some form of savagery over there. I guarantee you. This is the same shit, different, same shit, different pot. Like, you go to a lot of them places and the army rules the little town or whatever. So now you go in there and you think, I'm just gonna move in my villa. All of a sudden you got the army coming, the little soldiers or whatever. Like, you don't know who, politicians, whoever. Like, you get a rude awakening. Like, wait, I thought it was cool. Nah.
Yeah, you right.
Who told you to bring your ass over here, man?
We don't know that, though. I'm gonna tell you, just like always, when I be talking about the place I want mine moving, we don't know how they is because we don't live there.
That's true.
This shit over here is crazy, though. Like, and then, you know what I'm saying? Like, every time, because, like, I be looking at a lot of old school shit that be going on. And I see why Republicans want to dismantle the federal government. And this goes back to, because I was listening to a conversation with, what's his name? He was the governor of Alabama, George Wallace. You know what I mean? And he was talking shit. You know, we know he racist, but he was putting some facts down there because in our minds, the South was just racist. And I ain't going to say all of us, but the majority of people, they say the South. But he was like, if you go to New York, you see the same shit going on. You go to Chicago, you go to Philadelphia, you go here, you go there. They was whooping black motherfuckers just because, you know, today made 60 years Selma, what they call Bloody Sunday. And so they were showing old conversations from him. And I was like, yeah, that is true. You know what I'm saying? So in our mind, we just think, oh, the North was just this. Even you said, what was the South Side? What was the preacher name? And you couldn't even go on the South Side back in the day, shit across the bridge and shit. You know what I'm saying? At Bayview, you know what I'm saying? So these people have always hated us and did whatever they tried to do to destroy us and to discredit us. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna lie, I'm just sick of this shit, man. I'm fighting every day for one. And I wish I could just talk to a white person, but they don't know. I think y'all hate us like this, though. Why? Y'all can't give us no. Y'all did what y'all did to us. Y'all came over to wherever we was from, wherever, kidnapped our people, enslaved us, held us down, and because we wanted our freedom, y'all wanted to do all this bullshit to us and hated us ever since then, and did everything that you could try to do to try to dismantle us. Like, if you look at it, man, and I thought about this shit, the United States, I believe, ain't number 347 years old. If you go from 1776, 1876, that's 100. 1976, that's 200. Then whatever after that, you know what I'm saying? It's 347 years old. The United States is still really a young democracy, man. If that's what we want to call it. It's not that old as we think. You know what I'm saying?
I don't. The thing is I don't know that there's this great utopia that people would want to live in. I think the United States people put too much sauce on that chip, and I have to flash back to Jeff Crape, who is usually is on the line listening with everybody else. But he talked about how he went to Asia, and he talked about how he thought the hood in America was bad, and he thought the ghettos was bad. And he's like, until you go overseas and see Asia, and you see the Philippines, and you see all these other countries, China and Japan, where you go to their slums, you see how bad it is in them places, you go, shit, America's nothing. And so I always think about that. Like, yeah, we talk about our issues in a lot of places, in a large sense, we get to talk about them because we have a quote unquote free press. You're not going to hear a lot of shit that goes on in some countries because they ain't free to speak like that. I wish you would put that shit in that newspaper. We blow your shit up. You know what I'm saying? Like, so a lot of this with America, yeah, because it always seems worse. Like they say, the grass is always greener. And you guys are like, oh man, it's just so much. It's like right now, if you are a person of color, foundational Black American, you say, man, I want to move to the suburbs because I know it's better. I know it's better out there. Until you get out there and start to know some of the people that live in these suburbs, you be like, this motherfucker's crazy. They got what going on in their household? See, white people, the biggest misconception that Black people have in this country is that white people have no problems. They talk about the Black literacy rate. Oh, it's low. Well, so is the white literacy rate.
Mm-hmm.
They talk about Black violence amongst Black males. I mean, young Blacks. Young white people are violent towards each other too. They have a whole opioid epidemic going, right? They have, and now you talk about being victims of these mental health issues where motherfuckers is going on antidepressants, and where you think all this Xanax and all that shit all comes from? White people taking that shit. Antidepressant. A Black person go get a drink and smoke a joint. Like, man, shit, I'm cool now. I'm just saying white people have issues too. People say, well, Black people ain't healthy. White people suffer from health ailments as well. That they make you think every white person is rich or wealthy. I'm telling you, in my life, I have met some very poor white people who are poorer than myself. I went to school with individuals who, because they came from an all-white town, thought, hey, we're white. They stayed in a trailer. They asking me where I lived at. My mom and daddy owned a brick home. It's bigger than y'all house was. And we ate better than y'all did. What we talking about? So white ice ain't always colder. I think we gotta get used to that. I mean, they make it look a certain way, but it'd be so many skeletons in these closets, man.
Oh hell yeah, they indoctrinated us. I don't doubt that.
The last thing I wanted to talk about before we go, because we probably didn't give it enough time, but we've had our second police shooting in a short period of time, because we know that the brother who was walking down the street shooting a gun up in the air was killed by the police. And then today, was it today or yesterday, where a Black man was shot again? Each time it involved guns, like the individual had a firearm. I don't know. I kind of feel like if the police show up and you won't put your gun down, it is what it is. I'm gonna normalize that. If the police pull up, and I say, well, it's white people all the time who do it, and it's white people who get killed by the police too with their guns. I mean, so is this just another case of racist police, or is this what's the issue here? So let me ask this question: if you pull up on me and it's the cops, and I got a gun in my hand, and they say, drop that gun, like they said they told this person, and one of the guys dropped his, I guess allegedly, I don't know all the details, and the other one wouldn't. If you raise that gun towards them, they're gonna pop you. So are we looking at this like you just murdered another Black man? Or are you like, nigga, what was you thinking? Like, I don't know if he was having mental health issues. I don't know if he was drunk or whatever, but usually when you point a gun at police officers, it's a recipe for getting killed. I just, like people say, killed with a T. What y'all think about this situation?
I agree. I mean, shit. Motherfucker tell you to put your gun down, and they got the humps on you. Put your motherfucking gun down. Give a fuck who it is.
Right. It's the same as when you run from the police, especially on foot. It's not, I don't think it's justified, but you increase the chances that you're probably going to get shot by the police officer.
Mm-hmm.
When you run. Like, all he did was run, ain't had to kill him. But you increase the chances. It's that whole conversation of me where you say I was at Dion on 34th and 32nd, and where was I at?
Oh, you talking about on Chambers and Concordia?
Yeah, I was on Chambers and Concordia late at night driving down the side street. I got the right to be over there? Yeah, but I increased the chances of some shit happening when I go over there, right? Unless I'm from there, unless I got family over there, unless I'm known over there.
The police didn't kill him, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. This is the second one. That's what I'm saying. Like, so, and I think we're probably going to see this. I'm just saying this now. I think this summer we're going to see more police-involved shootings. Because like you said, a lot of these young brothers got these things on them. And they got the long clips and they got the switches. And so the police aren't going to take any chances. Now, as a community, do we come back and say, oh, man, this is just you're killing black men? Like, well, I don't know. It was like last summer or was it last summer, Kamar, when you was at Juneteenth and there was a shooting amongst the teenagers?
Summer before last.
Okay, summer before last.
Yeah.
And Kamar told a story of when they were initially getting a little rowdy and the police came in and kind of regulate, there was people saying, leave them alone, leave them kids alone. And then eventually what it morphed into. So, is it bad for me to say sometimes we just got to let the police do their job? I don't know. I never thought I'd hear myself say that. But I mean, shit, man. Like, come on, man. If you walking down the street with a gun just shooting up in the air, I'm like, shit, somebody call the police. Especially since.
But I think.
Go ahead, Dion.
I think Trump being in office is going to embolden them too, though.
Okay, yeah. There's going to be some unjustified shooting. Yes, absolutely. We know it's the Gestapo cops. We just got done talking about Chauvin. We know that. That's unfortunate. But, when we say boycott the prisons, when we say, stop doing the things that get you increased police contact. And I know brothers are saying, what is my options? What are my options? What are my options? But I don't think most of them understand that selling dope or any kind of crime that you're doing should be the ends to a mean. So meaning if you really, 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 really struggling, like, and you really got to do that so you can eat, you do it until you find a better way. You don't turn it into your job. It's not a career. And I don't think that's a secret. I think most of these young dudes know this is not a career, but maybe they feel like I'm not going to get caught. I'm not going to get killed. I'm not going to get robbed. I'm going to be able to do this for the next 25 years. It's just not realistic. And so they're choosing to do this a lot of times. It goes from, I did it because we had to eat when I was little to, okay, well, you done made, this has always been my thing before we even switch. So if I'm a dope dealer, right, and I say, man, I can count up $3 million I got right now, Kamar, I'm balling. I got $3 million. I quit.
Hell yeah.
I quit. I'm going to say, dude, right now I got $3 million. I'm packing up everything and I'm gone. I'm going to relocate somewhere, some other state. I'm going to go up north. I'm going to go to a different city. I'm going to come up with an exit strategy. Like, dude, there's no need for me to press my luck. I done made it this far and I have $3 million in cash money right now. I am done. I'm not going to be like, I'm going to hit one more lick and get 5 more. You got $3 million. That's a hell of a launching pad. And so I never understood that. Like when I see brothers who be in the game, like, man, I was making, this much money a week and I had this. I'm like, I always in my head be like, why you didn't stop? Like if you had that much money where you could count it up, why didn't you say, you know what? I got to do something different.
It was the lifestyle.
Lifestyle was addictive, boy.
What'd you say, Kamar?
Hey, we just said the same thing at the same time.
Yeah,
I said the lifestyle was addictive.
The lifestyle. There we go.
It's addictive and it's expensive.
Yeah. That lifestyle of just being able to do whatever you want whenever you want to. I buy whatever I want. I can go wherever I want. I move. I'm not a normal nigga. I'm something special. But goddamn, 10 years of that and then the rest of your life without just being, reminiscing on it ain't worth it to me. You got brothers still reminiscing on the 80s. Broke than a motherfucker talking about, man, I used to remember when we get so much money, man. It's like, yeah, but you didn't save none, and you should be looking back on that shit like, what a blown missed opportunity. But I do get the lifestyle. I've had some family members do some long time and some long bits in it. Oh, that's another thing. I said I was gonna get off with that one, but did y'all see now what's going on with Umar? What's up with Umar? Now, we've given him a pass on the school, and I seen a clip where a dude, Umar was live, and the dude called in, and the dude like, dog, I've been waiting since I was like 12 years old for your school to start. I'm 30 now. And Umar went to flaming him. Umar went to, yeah, you ugly, like you funny looking. Like, I'm like, dude, where's the school, man? Where's the school, bro? Come on. But then he had his daughter.
Hey, it's also, I was just finna say, it's also a girl that jumped out and said it's his daughter. I mean, he her father. But I'm like, where's her mother at? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the mama ain't said nothing. They never said nothing. It seemed like the mama will be in the picture.
She's I'm not doing this for clout, but I'm gonna be on top. Anytime you go on Tasha K, right? Like, she's like, oh, look at this post. I got 200,000 views. I'm not doing it for clout, though. I don't want no money. Oh, if you gonna pay me, I seen her saying, if you gonna interview me, you gonna pay me. Y'all pay him to talk, so you gonna pay me all this money. And I'm like, please don't say you ain't doing it for clout again. And then, she would say, but I'm not doing this for clout. So, but what's up with Umar? Now, is there a backstory? I don't know the backstory with this. Is this that's been around and everybody's known it? Or is this really like where he was just really a deadbeat all these years while he preaching to us about family and all this? What's up with this? Anybody got any information? Because I don't follow Umar like that.
I ain't even heard nothing about it.
Okay. I know, Kamar, because I seen you I seen you on the post comment on it. So okay.
Well, you asked about the school.
No, about the daughter. Like, is this new? Like,
I don't know. I saw the video what she did, and I saw a video where he gave his rebuttal. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And
what was his rebuttal? Okay.
His rebuttal was the same thing. I felt like, where's her mother at? Who is her mother?
He don't know who her mother is?
No.
I didn't. Okay, see, this is where it gets interesting.
Or at least he's saying he don't know who her mother is.
Oh,
I don't know how real it is, but on the video he's saying, "Where's her mother? I don't even know. I don't know who her mother is. This ain't my daughter."
Okay. See, I'm thinking
y'all know I love the kids. You know what I'm saying? I ain't finna just leave no black kid hanging like that.
Okay.
So he did give a rebuttal on it.
I didn't know that. Thank you. I didn't know that he had given a rebuttal. I thought that this was, he was like Drake said he was hiding the world from his kid or whatever.
But you know what I mean? We don't know though. We don't know the facts.
Okay. I'm assuming the truth gonna come out.
Right. Exactly.
I assume that.
Exactly. It's gotta come out.
Yeah, man. Yeah. We don't. Once again, man, I want y'all. It's been, Outlaw Live, man, Outlaw Radio Live, nothing in particular, all over the place at once. So we touched on a bunch of different topics, different subjects. If you have any comments or questions, you can still comment on the show. You can inbox me. People inbox me all the time about stuff said on the show. So Kamar, you got anything coming up this week? You any big business?
Nope. We just gonna be at the House of Vitality all week. Putting that work in.
House of Vitality.
And then how did your vegan joint? You had the vegans down, you said, from Madison.
Oh, yeah, it went down too. Yeah, it went down, man. You know what I mean? He was busy all day long. He had a nice crowd that came in, and you know what I'm saying? He did well off of everybody else too.
And I seen Sean Moore post up about Ed Hennings with his store.
Yeah, he got a store. He got a store right next to mine.
Okay. I want him to do. Is it upstairs or is it?
Yeah,
where's it gonna be?
It's upstairs. It's upstairs, right next to where the stairs is right there. He's in that first storefront right there.
I gotta get his website because I want to get some of the boots. That's neighborhood. I want to get some of his boots.
He gonna have a grand opening. He said on the 5th.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna be at the grand opening, but I'm just gonna have to get his. If you can get his website, if you can get some with his website and forward me the link, because I want to go. I want to get some of the boots. I rocks with the boots.
He got all the stuff too.
Said deadbeat dad. He didn't make sense while explaining. Nah, he knows it's his daughter, and he said he paid child support. Oh, said he's a deadbeat dad.
I ain't hear him say that.
Oh, okay.
Who is Umar?
How's he a deadbeat? Hold on. How's he a deadbeat dad if he paid child support?
This is true. That is a great question. That is a deadbeat in the fact that he sacrificed the time because he was paying support, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, so how is he a deadbeat dad if he paid child support?
Can't really call him that if he paid child support.
This is very true.
I didn't hear him say it. Maybe that was you know what I mean? Maybe the clip what I saw was cut short, you know what I'm saying? And he saw a different one. I don't know. But you know what
said he's a deadbeat because he wasn't there. Okay, so that's what I said, maybe because of the time. But for me, if that money come in and you always paid it, I don't know that you can be called a deadbeat technically. I don't know. We're gonna get out of here, man.
Not lawfully. Hey, not lawfully.
Right. Well,
because the law tell you to pay that money. And that's
I'm gonna be in the Podverse. I'm gonna be in the Podverse tonight watching some shit. So
man, I'm gonna send you some shit then, since you're gonna be send you some information, man. Some vital information.
Yeah, man. I be trying to have fun and shit. You be sending me some serious sad shit. I be like trying to watch.
Nah, cuz man, we gotta inform the people, man. Man.
God.
That's what this whole thing is about, information, man. As long as the people keep being misinformed, we're gonna have goof ass people out there like Orlando voting for Donald Trump and doing all that other weird shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we're gonna get out of here tonight. I want y'all, like I said, the whole point of this show.
That's the wrong goddamn thing.
The whole point of this show was that people need to be. There's some things that we need to make more noise about, and I told you all they're gonna celebrate the fact that there's $200 million made from this tax act, but they're gonna be very quiet about saying 90% of it's going to a pension, going to the pension fund, which is just egregious and ridiculous. There is no way we should allow 90% of this money. And shame on them for agreeing to that. Shame on our leaders. Even when you add all of the MPS is going to court right now because you agreed that cops had to be in our schools. Now, 90% of this money, we talking about pensions. Pensions are for retired people, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to give 90. How much is 90% of $200 million? You making sure that you making sure that y'all eat forever. See, that's not, if they do something that's slick and to their advantage, that's the kind of shit that they do. You set up something like a pension plan where you retiring and you're gonna get a $500,000 payout, and then you're gonna get so many thousands of dollars a month for the rest of your life. For what? For what? Stuff we should be making noise about, and we got to do a better job at that, because we sit on our hands with a lot of issues and then we go back and complain. Well, you complaining, but you ain't doing nothing about it. Erica just said, are we gonna vote on April 1st? I got to see if I deem that those offices are important, because I'm paying close attention. What the hell is that? Is that a dog? I can't. I'm getting a whistle. But what I will say is I am going to vote in the midterms. So y'all pay attention to what's coming up with the midterms, because we got to vote in these midterms. But you'll hear more about that on Outlaw Radio. In the meantime and in the between time, man, just share the show. That's all we ask, man. Keep your head on the swivel. And then, like we always say, be the change you want to see. You talk about it all day. Everybody got an opinion. They like armpits, right? They stink and people don't believe it to be so. But be the change you want to see, man. It's easy to criticize somebody. And when you look at yourself, are you doing the same thing that they doing? Right? So don't just speak about it, be about it, man. Because you get to the point where through all your woofing and jacking and hooting and hollering, it starts to become a situation where your criticism of the community outweighs your contribution to it. And then ultimately that just makes you a coon. So we will see y'all Wednesday night, man. Y'all be safe, man. Peace and love.